Hello. How's it going, everybody? Let's unmute this shit too now. How about that?
Yeah.
Well.
All right. So,
Hello.
welcome to the grand finals for the Devil May Cry 1 Any Percent tournament. And I am joined by, number one, our good friend Nux, one of Zetta's good friends, and a fellow DMC1 speedrunner. How's it going, man?
Hello. Hello, no, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. And MickWasTaken and Zetta.
Yo.
How's it going, y'all?
Hey. How's it going?
It is going extremely hot. God damn.
Is it warm there, is it?
Oh, warm is an understatement.
Really?
I clicked go live and my PC was like, please, no.
I suppose it's quite warm here as well. I've had to close my door. It's ready. As
See,
they
I'm
say
cold.
here. You're cold.
Yeah.
You're
down
cold.
south, I'm cold.
Yeah.
He's cold. Oh,
Are you in the Arctic?
Probably.
Want to trade places?
Yeah, Britain. Great Britain, the coldest but warmest places in the world.
Alright, so let me Alright, so before we get started, I do want to again remind everybody that this tournament started out as a $50 incentive by DigitalT and myself, but through numerous donations and me actually upping my initial donation from $25 to $35, the pot for this tournament ended up being 300 USD. And that's that's fucking crazy to me, man.
That's fantastic.
So that was absolutely humbling, and I really want to thank everybody for supporting this event as it's gone on, to anybody that donated, anybody that tuned in, all that good shit. So now I'm going to go over the donators real quick, and we'll start with, you know, my Digital and myself initially put in $25, and then I put an initial 10. After that, it was Contrary who donated 50 USD. He was our biggest donator, fellow DMC5 speedrunner, and cool dude. So yeah, thank you especially for that $50, Contrary, and previously known as Hobo Gaming. The next was Fafnir Prime with $40, Flambamamba with $25, Mills donated $25. My friend Mike Dess donated $25. Shea Butter donated $25. MIT Battery and Whimsy both donated $15. And Devil Never Cry donated $10. So there were all your donators. Thank you again for the donators. Let's get a round of applause for the donators, shall we?
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Big
them.
thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. I think it's revived the community a lot. This tournament. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Super. Alright, so before we get into it, Nux, we'll start with you. Do you have anything you want to say?
Probably a technophobe question is I can see the chat, but there's nothing in it yet. So it's probably on this new screen I've never seen.
If you want to see my chat, you'll have to open up like a different tab with my
I see.
chat in it. So
Clifford, the big red
So
dog.
if
How are
I
you,
don't
my
respond
man?
to anyone, then I'm not being ignorant.
I need to turn off my alerts so that there's no alerts here. Thank you, somebody, for.
That's a good idea. I need to double check that. Yeah, mine are off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, mine are off too. Yeah.
All right.
100%.
I've just been doing normal streams lately, so I just have my stuff. Oh, Nekokora, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. What's up, Tay? All right, so now that the tech question's out of the way.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. So, did you have anything else you wanted to say, or?
No, nice to be part of the gang in some way. To be honest with you, I've been enjoying watching some of these races. Like I say, I've not watched all of them because I've been out. I can leave my house now, so I've been walking. But no, it's been good to get involved and watch everyone's reaction, watch everyone having a bit of a good time. It's all friendly, it's all nice, it's all friendly competition, which I like. So
Absolutely. So, Zetta, since you're coming from the winner's side of things, we'll start with you. Is there anything that you want to say before we get underway?
mainly it's just thank you to like everyone who supported this event, because I think it's amazing, because I come from the background of not interacting with like Twitch at all, and it's just opened my eyes to how amazing chat and everything can be. It's so supportive. It's honestly amazing. So thanks everyone who's like supported me and everyone else during the tournament.
Absolutely. Like I said, man, this has been such a humbling experience.
Yeah, for sure.
It's great to see. And Mick, since you were coming from the loser side of things, we will come to you now. What is up, dude? What did you got to say?
So, repeating myself, but it deserves to be said again. Yeah, it's just amazing. The community response to this has been unreal, especially to like everybody who donated to increase the pot. Like, they're the real ones. And shout out to everybody who supported me, the other runners. That was cool to see. I'm not gonna lie. I think one of the best part of the run is when you finish, then you go check the chat and see everybody getting hypey. That's one of the best parts of it. And yeah, just special shout out to my friends in Zanzibar land for the support you guys have given me during this salty run back.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'm raring and ready to go.
Let me actually make sure that my chat is okay. The chat is working. Okay, good. It's on the overlay because this will be uploaded to YouTube. All the matches are going to be. They're currently in a playlist except for the one that's about to take place. Obviously, I can't upload to the future. But all of them will be in a YouTube playlist on my YouTube channel to document the tournament. And if anybody wants to go back and watch their matches or watch any of their favorites, so all that fun stuff.
Ooh.
Oh boy, can't wait. We gotta watch me versus Zetta round 1.
I'm excited. Like genuinely,
also,
I'm really excited.
It's pretty hyper. But yeah, also to note, I do have my excuse ready for when I do lose, so look out for that.
Also, yeah, and grand finals is best out of 3. Typically, in double elimination formats, grand finals are required to, like, if the loser beats the one from winner's side, they are required to do like a second bracket or a second like round of best of 3. But I didn't think either of you would really be down for that for like potentially 6 hours of this. Of just no reason.
I can barely manage one, my guy.
So I wasn't going to do that, even though it is technically like the more fair thing to do, So we will just be doing one best of 3 set.
All right, awesome.
Are you going to be playing the third game anyway? Like if someone was to win twice in a row, is the third game going to be playing?
No, the third game will only be played if it's 1-1. So
fair enough.
Yeah. So this is 2 hours at least, 3 hours potentially. Because at that point, like, there's no point in playing out the last match there. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. So I think we're about ready to get underway. So, gentlemen, as you both know, timed by the in-game timer on the results screen. If you do experience a death, or if you do experience like a game over, and you are required to and you have to load a save data to finish the run is invalid. All that sort of stuff. Defy also said if one of you does the Cosmo climb, then he'll give 2 subs. So
awesome.
No pressure. No, I'm kidding. Do whatever you're comfortable with. What else? Really? Best 2 out of 3. So both of you have to win 2. If you want to win, you have to win 2. It doesn't have to be back to back. That's really about it. If you guys have any questions, now is the time.
Yeah, what game is this?
This is the first Devil May Cry. It was originally going to be Resident Evil 4 on the PS2,
No way.
And then
things happened.
And things happened.
They got swords in it instead. Yeah.
I'd say it worked out for the better, to be honest.
I agree.
All right. So, I am going to disconnect both Mick and Zetta from the call once they get into the runs, just so they can focus. So how do you guys want to do this between runs? I guess I'll give you both about 5-10 minutes or something, between like the races or whatever, to collect yourself and go to the bathroom or something. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that starts when we both finish.
It's up to
So
you.
like so Zetta finishes like half an hour before me, he get his 5 minutes, then has to go straight into another one.
No, he has to sit there for the whole half hour. Oh boy. No, yeah, just whenever you finish, just get up, take 5, take 10, whatever.
Mhm.
And then
Cool.
we'll get into the next match from there, just to make sure that nobody's like, drowning in sweat. I don't think Mick can help it at this point.
Oh, it's too late for that.
All right, and that goes for you as well, Nux. You can get up and go to the bathroom
Yeah.
or anything. I can just
Come-
shit.
Comfort break, as they call it in the UK.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
do anyway. I'm strange
Also,
like that.
Mills, yeah, Nux is a runner. Nux ran easy
Yeah.
auto for a long time with Zetta.
In the same room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the same room.
Really?
So, yeah,
And
yeah.
there's the dark horse Red Pyramid there in the chat. Everybody say what's up to Red Pyramid, man. That guy got third, coming from never running the game before into this tournament. What a champ.
Played the game once and nearly got world record. Got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
One of those naturally talented people.
absolutely.
Mhm.
All right,
I envy
so
people like that.
famous. I guess if have enough money for churros is famous from speedrunning. Although that's more than most people make off of it, I suppose. So there is that. All right, so I am going to disconnect you both from the call. Whether or not you want to rejoin the call, well, actually, no, you're going to have to rejoin it for the countdown. Duh. So just once you're done, just go and hop into the general chat. I'll drag you back in here. We'll do it. We'll do it
Yeah.
live. It'll be all good. But once the countdown's done, you'll be removed, and it'll just be Nux and myself.
Mhm.
So without further ado, I will spare everybody any more exposition. I'm sorry, this is just like this all just makes me so hyped, dude, and I can't stop talking. So
Whoop, whoop.
I will count down from 3, and it'll be 3, 2, 1, Devil May Cry, and then you will both start on Devil May Cry. So 3, 2, 1, Devil May Cry. All right, see you both in about 45 minutes.
Ooh, exciting. Exciting.
All right, Nux, you want to start this off, or should I do the honors?
Could you start it off, please, and I'll react off what you say. That's okay.
All good, man. All good. So, who is hyped today? Who wants to see a great match? I know I do. These two have been on fire pretty much this whole tournament. The only loss that Mick has taken this whole tournament has been to Zetta himself, and he said that was absolutely a wake-up call for him. And
Grudge match.
He said that, grudge match. He said that he was never going to let himself be that embarrassed again after losing to Zetta. So this is absolutely the redemption arc for him. When he came in and said that, when he came in, he said he felt that the loss that loss was what he needed to, wake up and start grinding again. What's the current record for this game? In-game time is 37:50, but RTA is 42:37. We go by RTA now.
I know from playing with Zetta personally is that he rises to a challenge. Very competitive guy. So
absolutely. So hopefully he'll be able to keep up the momentum, throughout this set, because like I said, this is a best 3 out of 5 set. So 1 win is good, but it's 2 wins that seals the deal.
Well, the most for everyone else's benefit, we and Zet used to play Easy Auto with Race in the same room, as I mentioned before, and one time we did it 3 times in a row. So hopefully that'll have some impact. Yeah.
Well, that'll transfer over.
Maybe. Let's see.
Maybe.
He's got the orb cache.
Yeah, really, I see pretty much every runner in this tournament going for the orb cache there. Unfortunate that Zetta missed the orbs, because that is going to definitely make him slower unless he doesn't get hit. I usually prefer to get the orb cache because it doesn't lose you any time to get it, as opposed to not getting it. And as long as you do it correctly anyway. And it just gives you that security blanket of being able to, not only do you have 50 more orbs, which can mean a difference in this game, you never know. The orb route's getting pretty tight in some of the higher tier runs. But you're allowed to get hit now a few times before you before you lose the S. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate there.
Is it shotgun one?
Yep, shotguns. Yeah. One of them had a
the
gap.
Worst. Ridiculous.
Dude, there's some of them, I swear, that can have a high rate of fire. Like, there's some that just take forever to shoot, and then others are just, like, out there with, like, a Gatling gun shotgun, and it's like, how? How?
One other thing worth mentioning as well, which a lot of people might not know, is that when we used to run this game in the same room, Zetta played without sound.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so, I mean, I've just contradicted there, because I was going to say that he's good at avoiding things, because good at avoiding blades without hearing the sound. But then, as I was about to say, he got hit by some blades. But no,
playing without sound, though, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was usually relatively neck and neck with him, so he could kind of hear. I guess in a way, hearing sound from me would help, but no, he could play it without sound. Definitely, for a long time. I don't think he does now, but it's kind of like the sort of Karate Kid type training, isn't it? You know.
Or like what's it called, the force training too, so you just be more in tune with the universe around you.
Yeah, you put a blindfold on, play with a blast shield down, play without sound of Devil May Cry. So but I feel like I just jinxed that there, because I was about to say he's really good at avoiding blades without hearing them, but then 3 of them hit him in the face. So
well, hopefully he can bring it back, man. I know that you know, surprisingly, despite some bad starts for some of these runners, you know, that A rank on mission 1 doesn't end up meaning a whole lot coming into the mid game, especially once you know, for those that don't know, the S ranks in this game do ramp up in the amount of orbs that you get. So from missions 1 to 8, you get 800 orbs, and then from like missions 9 through, I want to say 15. Yeah, 9 through 15, you get 1500 orbs, and then missions 16 through 23, you can get well, not that 23 matters, but you know, through 23 you can get 2000 orbs.
You know what? I never noticed that. I mean, I noticed the 1500 for the middle range, but I don't think I've ever got S's on the last missions. So, apart from Mundus, I think. Apart from Mundus, which at that point I don't really care about orbs anymore. I'm just caught up in the hype. So, but no, I never noticed that. So thanks for pointing out.
Yeah, no problem. It's definitely a testament to how sort of like lenient you get in terms of the amount of holy waters you can buy, as well as how lenient the orb route overall gets, and really the amount of backups that you have to bust out into the late game kind of gets leveled out as, you know, things go on. So that mission 1 start, as long as you have a solid early game, you can have a bad mission 1 and 2 and still really come out with a strong time. Yo, what's up, Bibsy and Battery? How you doing?
Interesting seeing that jump off the top of the doorway there. I guess you call it a doorway.
I just call it the arch of the doorway. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gotten those orbs. So I've seen people do it in these runs, but I've never gotten them before. So personally,
you need to come back, dude. You need to start running again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's amazing. Like a game I've played for so many years, you still learn random little things about it. That, oh, okay, I can do that. Okay. Oh, he's doing the jump. Does that save you time to jump in?
Running, yes, it does save you time. He was not able to buy the Stinger 2, so he is just going to be able to do the jumps.
Right. Okay. I think, like, again, being used to easy, you get a lot more Devil Trigger, so I don't think I've ever had the issue of having to jump, I should say.
Yeah. So. I was actually thinking about running 100% on easy auto, just because you have to buy less blue orbs and purple orbs. Might be like something pretty cool to do.
Funny enough, 100% on easy auto would be a pain because of this particular room Zetta's in now. The first secret mission, is it the first secret mission?
The scissor, yeah.
Yeah, the what's it called? Critical hit is a nightmare to do on easy. So one of the reasons why Zett and I don't do the critical hit on Phantom, or one of the legacy reasons why, is because it's so much harder to do on easy, getting the critical hit.
That makes sense.
So that's why he does the strategy he's going to do now. Hit him down, do the stinger and the wait stinger. Is born of the critical hit. We try it, and every 10th time you get a critical hit, and it was like, well, this isn't consistent. So that's what's driven it, I think.
That makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's interesting that he hasn't, since coming over to normal, he hasn't really attempted to try and do the critical hits. Maybe he's just got PTSD from trying to do it on easy auto. You know?
Possibly. I think it's interesting because, like I say, we've built our races up from racing easy in the same room, and what we'd do is we tended to, he'd run quicker than me, and then I'd go home and send him a screen cap of running quicker than him. We'd dig into some of the normal runs and pick up some of the strategies. So what's happened is I think his strategy has had this baseline of easy with kind of sort of like little bits of normal, and your guys runs over it. So it's interesting to see that some of that stuff still survived from all those years ago.
And
fascinating.
Interestingly enough, that sort of like that stinger strategy even carries over into like DMC2 speedruns, because Phantom operates on a similar sort of stun state in DMC2 as well. So like that sort of thing is like prevalent, you know, across both the games that he's in, which is cool. Saw Mick go for the cat despawn there as well. Do you know about the cat despawn? I don't
know.
Okay, so the cat despawn for mission 4, for those not aware, was tech found by Loner Hero, because of course it's Loner Hero, found within like the last week or two, where you can actually get the cat on mission 4 to fall through the to clip out of bounds and fall into the death plane underneath the map, and it kills it instantly. It's just
fascinating.
Very, very hard to do. It's very hard to do.
Techie.
How much is the time saved if you do it? About 10 seconds. Because you like it literally just falls and is just dead. It's just so hard to do. Like it's almost pixel perfect.
Fantastic. That's similar to the I mean, we'll get to it later, but the skip of the philosopher's egg. I can't remember the name of the mission, number of the mission, but you know when you can skip the animation once the water disappears.
Yeah, it's something similar to that.
No idea how to do it. It's one every 10 times, but things like that save a few seconds here and there. Every little helps.
Absolutely. It's RTA viable, definitely. Yeah, it's gonna. I think that cat despawn is gonna be the end game for this game as well. What was the pot? So Heck Knows is asking what the pot is. It's $300 USD. First place gets 70%. Second place gets 20%. Third place gets 10%. So third place, Red Pyramid, is going to get $30, and then I actually have to do the math on the rest of it because I didn't do the math on the rest of it. Because, you know, professional. So $210 is going to the winner. And then
magnificent.
$60 is going to second place, and $30 going to third place.
Seem to remember the last these guys raced. They were at this point in the game. They were literally frame for frame, but Zetta's slightly behind at the moment. So it's interesting. But I remember at this screen, it was I think it was Stinger for Stinger, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
From memory.
It was something, man. Like we see, this is the thing that I think people should keep in mind is that although Mick is ahead right now, it's almost deceitful, or it's almost deceptive how like close Zetta is anyway, because Zetta has been pretty much keeping pace. They've both kind of gotten pretty much the same run up until, you know, barring that mission 1, and barring the Phantom fight, because Mick got a slightly better Phantom fight because he went for those critical hits.
Yep.
Otherwise, though, what's it called? Otherwise, though, it's been pretty much the same race. They've both been super consistent so far, and it's really good to see that. Bodes pretty well, I think, for the rest of the set, because especially if Zetta can get a better start on mission 1, he's gonna definitely give Mick a run for his money. If, you know, Mick comes out of this with a win.
Yep. See, I call that guy there the scythe guy that Zetta just fought. I call him the River Guardian. Don't know why, but every time he's the River Guardian, and later on you fight one of those guys on the ship, and we call him Saint Elmo because the fact he says something about the fire of Saint Elmo.
Oh yeah, the Saint Elmo's fire. Yeah.
This weird head lore I've got where that guy we just fought is the water guy, and the guy on the ship's the fire guy. It's just my silly imagination.
This is a best of 3 rendered. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah.
Lore. Oh, someone's
lore. Best of 3.
Lore.
So someone has to win 2.
It's interesting looking at the screen there with the Japanese text, because something I picked up when I was watching walkthroughs of I think it was Resident Evil, where the text just loads quicker because there's less of it, and it's just fascinating little changes like that make it quicker. I guess that wouldn't save too much time over the game, maybe a few seconds, but
yeah, in this game, it definitely saves a little bit of time. Like when you put the Philosopher's Stone into the gate to the underworld in Mission 19, there's noticeably less text when you have to put that thing in there. Good. Both runners heading now into Mission or Phantom 2, and Mick really did not get a great start to the fight here. Gonna try and get some more crits. The camera angle on this boss is just absolutely a nightmare. No pun intended. If you don't get a really good start to it, I think that Zetta is just gonna kind of go for the his usual strategy here of the 1-2 stingers.
Yep, 1-2 stingers. That's something we both used to do. So one holy water and then dish, dish, dish. So
the holy water
I've got this weird.
Too. Yeah.
I've got this weird memory. I don't know if it's like some Mandela effect thing where actually you can get Phantom to break the ceiling in this fight. I don't know if that actually can happen.
That's a true thing, yeah. That's absolutely.
Does it happen? Right, okay. Yeah. I'm not imagining it. Like a nightmare. Wait.
No, no Mandela effect here, folks.
No.
Oh, he didn't grab the blue orb shard down there. No, I'm kidding. That's just a 100% thing.
Exciting, exciting, exciting.
Both good Phantom 2 fights. Well, Mix was not like great, but you know, for the standards of keeping pace, for keeping the lead that he has, pretty decent. He's actually going to skip the Devil Star here. I don't think that I agree with that decision. I definitely think that in this sort of format, maybe he's not really worried about it because he had a very strong early game, and it is, you know, just the first match of the day. I think that maybe he's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go super risky, which I do sort of like to see those kind of decisions being made in races, you know, to sort of extend the lead or just grab onto it and just like keep it where it's at.
Yeah, I think you mentioned before, he's a riskier player than Zetta. Zetta is very consistent at his strategy. And you'll notice, I've certainly noticed so far that he stuck for his typical strategies there so far. So hope it may pay off for him. But
yeah, hopefully, I would like to see him get a little bit closer here to Mick. Both runners still on the same mission, which is nice to see. It means that you know, he has been keeping pace this entire time with Mick, despite the rough Phantom and the rough Mission 1 coming into the mid game here. Ooh, he is going to get hit by the lizards. You know, commentator's curse here. As always, pretty much par for the course for my my races. What's interesting here to note about the strat here that Mick is using to cancel the grenade gun as well. Saw a lot of runners using the roll cancels. Mick also going to opt for the stinger cancels here. I want to note for everybody that using high time or using regular slashes with the grenade gun will cancel the shots a little bit faster, allow you to maintain a little bit more control over the grenade gun. Something that I got turned on to recently by Loner Hero. It's something that we use as well for what's it called, for Mission 21 to activate the door lock now. Because I don't know if when you were playing Nux, you did like the vortex over to that door lock.
That's right, yeah.
To activate it. Yeah, now we just stand over on the other side of the room and just grenade gun it 3 times with some slash cancels. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, as well, you just mentioned about how much time it saves. If you've got a big room like that one just there, where you've got loads of different marionettes, a little bit of, you know, time saved on one marionette kill will add up to seconds over the course of, you know, a minute, I guess. I mean, I don't know the exact timing, but
it's probably not a whole lot of time. But you know, in the forest here, the forest, for those that aren't aware, the enemies. This is basically like Basement 2.0. But on Mission 9, the enemies that are in the first wave, I think, are canned, sort of like the basement. But the enemies that spawn afterwards are random. So it's like, you just have to grenade gun as much as possible, and quick shooting everything with Ebony and Ivory is not viable. So just because they don't do enough damage to compensate for how much those fetishes have. The fetishes have so much health that Ebony and Ivory just, like, you know, they just shrug it off basically. So the grenade gun there is going to be your best friend. But you know, for the way the enemies are spread out, they're everywhere. There's 3 different spawn locations.
Interesting.
I've played this game a little bit too much, man.
No, it's great. It's fascinating how creative it could be. I mean, with a game that's, what, 19 years old, it's still, you know, it stands up in terms of its design. I mean, what I didn't mention before about the first skip in the game of the statue on mission 1. It's almost like it's designed that way to be able to skip the initial, original or casual play. You go around the sort of like floors to teach you how to use the game, like as a tutorial.
Yeah.
And actually, you got the statue that can help you skip all that. It's almost like some guy went, "Oh yeah, well, everyone's gonna get bored of doing that. If they can find the secret, they can get past it." So it's built for a speedrunner.
Yeah, I think that it was absolutely built to be played like efficiently. Probably just coming from that background of arcade games that Hideki Kamiya had.
Yeah.
Especially with like the ranking systems and the results screen and all that sort of stuff. We also did see Zetta get hit by the fetish there. For those of you that aren't aware, what happened to Zetta in that case was that he was too far into the middle or on the right of that path, which activates the fetish, and then the fetish has a pretty high chance to lariat after you. The way that you can compensate for this or just manipulate the area is stay on the left side of the path, and then he will never activate. So the AI for that fetish will never activate, and then you'll be able to just walk away from him pretty clean. That is going to damage his ranking though as well, because you see he's going to be sitting on that B rank instead of the optimal A rank. He's really not he's not really gotten a whole lot of S ranks, so he did have to pick up the holy water there to compensate, as well as picking up that backup holy water on mission 9. Meanwhile, Mick just sort of cruising through this mid game.
Does he on this next screen here, when say Zetta were to come back down and the blades were to attack him, does he lose the S rank if one of them hits him?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
On this mission, you just lose the S rank if you get hit at all. This is why, like, this mission is pretty simple conceptually, but this mission, like, gives a whole lot of runners anxiety, especially when they're on, like, a nice PB pace, just because this mission is at such a crucial, like, choke point as far as orbs go, because you have to have like 2100 orbs, and especially as you saw, Mick went for that early vortex level 1 there, so his orb route's going to be even pinched even harder compared to Zetta's. You see Zetta sitting on that 2000 there as opposed to Mick sitting on 500 coming into mission 12 here. So like losing S ranks around this time is just not preferable at all. It can really kill some runs. I've had a run die here because I went for early vortex and then didn't get the S rank.
That's interesting. I mean, my sort of experience of playing the game is I tended to do very well at the beginning, and then as time went on, towards the end, my S ranks just fell off, as I mentioned before. And I think that's the main thing that I screwed up later on was the final nightmare fight, because of not having holy waters. Because my strategy was to just throw holy waters at him, and I didn't have enough orbs, so it would always slow my final mission down just to not having those orbs for later. So yeah.
It's the orb route in this game is like this run is just basically like just almost decided by your orb route. It's actually crazy, like how much of the game is routed around just that resource management. Absolutely nuts.
No one forgot the needle gun that time.
No, they didn't pull a loner hero.
Definitely done that before. Why isn't it firing? Oh right, I haven't got it. Right, okay, I'll go back. You imagine that like in real life. You're like, why isn't my gun I haven't got in my hand firing?
You also saw good movement there by Mick on mission 13. Another one of those missions that is conceptually pretty simple, but if you don't move correctly and manipulate the blades and fire the needle gun and everything in such a precise pattern, you're gonna lose like a couple of seconds every time, compared to somebody else that is moving correctly.
It's probably the only mission, well, a long time ago now, the only mission I could consistently beat Zetta at was that underwater sort of blade part. Because I had a position where I could sort of hide almost behind the post of the stairs and just fire, and they'd die without hitting you. Been a long time since I've done it though, so I don't know how consistent I'd be now. But you can go either way. You can go around the back, can't you, and hit them? But that's not as consistent.
No, not at all. It's still like a good thing that like if things sort of go south, you can still salvage it that way, but definitely not the optimal thing to do. See here, this is I've talked about this before, but this sort of point in the run sort of gives these like this deceptive sort of lead where like someone will be on mission 12 and the other runner is on mission 14. It's like, wow, that guy's really ahead, but it's in reality not as big of a lead as you might think because 13 is such a short mission.
Exactly. Very much so. It is a strange sort of setup, this game, because, you know, the early missions are very long, the middle missions are really quick, and the final missions are all long as well. It's a really strange sort of... It's almost as if it's been designed that way to sort of, like you say, an arcade kind of, ooh, you know, make you panic and make you think about it. It's fascinating.
Yeah, like this.
Like I said, it feels like it's designed that way.
That death scythe almost clipped him.
Yeah, nearly. That was like, it was on the same hit as him, wasn't it? On the same hitbox, but not quite. Nearly there.
Definitely made good use of the invincibility frames there on the jump.
His movement is fascinating. It looks like Daredevil. It's just like got this like sort of sacred way he moves around. It's fascinating.
Who, Mick or Dante?
Well, Dante, but Mick in this instance.
I was gonna say, there's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the camera. The way he's moving his controller.
Oh yeah, the infamous play there. Yeah.
No, it's fascinating.
That spike room, man, I've done it a little bit on low percent recently. It's a nightmare. Because you have to use an untouchable and then devil trigger running through all of it. You don't have vortex and low percent.
It's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows, but that Luminite, is it Luminite? I can never remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We tried when we were doing some sort of like speedrun strategy races. We thought, well, do we need that? And we skipped it, and you learn very quickly that you need it to get through the next door.
I think I remember doing that too. I was like, wait a minute, do you actually need this thing, or do people just like use it? It's like
just pick it up. Yeah, it's like those old like point-and-click adventure games where you get these random items that don't have anything to do with the story, like Maniac Mansion, things like that, where you got to pick up like a chainsaw that you don't use, or you can use it, but it's optional, and it's like a red herring. But no, you need it to get through the very next door.
Mick also going to opt for S ranking mission 15 here. Going to probably lose him about 15 seconds, I think, 10 or 15 seconds. And grab that holy water there, as well as the large orb there. Zetta is going to have to pick up the backup holy water here, just definitely make his economy a little bit more back on track. He's been going off the rails on a crazy train as far as the economy goes this run. Definitely losing out on some key ranks in the mid game.
So I find this part fascinating. This strategy here of using the untouchable, because I never saw him do that in person. It's just something that he just came up with. I don't know who came up with it, but it's fascinating.
I think it's him.
Use that.
He came
yeah, probably something he's just created himself. It's fascinating.
That strat really took off for a lot of the newer runners, especially. That really valued a lot of and this is why I'm going to do a video on his route soon, is because a lot of these strats really help new runners get stuff off the ground, and it's because like his strats are built around just finishing runs, not necessarily with a good time, just finishing them. You know, so a lot of people that were coming into this tournament that were new, or maybe just wanted like a little bit like easier stuff to do in the heat of the moment, they really valued that strat a lot. Yeah. It was really cool to see that sort of influence spread throughout the bracket. But then like you still saw people like Waifu, Mick, Loner just being like, you know what, fuck that strat, I don't need that shit, you know.
No, I don't need that. Yeah, do it once just to have done it, you know, just to say you've done it. It's probably, it may be influenced by the fact that me and Zetta used to play quite a bit of Super Metroid as well, which is obviously a very famous speedrunning game, and that game's very similar in a sense as you can, you know, there's obviously sequence breaking and things like that, but there are various different ways to beat the game depending on your skill level. You know, so I think it might be influenced by that logic, possibly.
Probably. I mean, there's a lot of little things in this game that people do differently depending on what they're comfortable with and what sort of level they're at as far as in terms of play. I hate to call it level because I mean speedrunning definitely has this objective measurement of success, but whether or not like you're quote unquote better than somebody is a sort of there's a lot of more variables than just the time.
I think
itself,
so, yeah.
You know.
I mean, I find I tend to panic if when I was racing with Zetta before, I get a bit panicked if I've got someone I'm racing against. Whereas on my own, I tend to be a bit more relaxed. Whereas Zetta seems to, I guess I noticed when I was racing with him that if he knew he was racing someone, it focused him more. You know, it's more of a less skill, more kind of I guess feel. I guess you could call it.
Probably. It's one of those things where like you sort of, you know, rise to the occasion, or you play up to the person that's next to you, you know, which is, you know, it's sort of like, I guess, you know, it's sort of like when you're in a band. If you play guitar or you play any instrument, maybe you're decent on your own, but then when you put yourself in a larger context, then you just get better for some reason. You know, you just play up. You play up to sort of the sociological aspects of the situation. So if he's racing against somebody, it's and I mean, like I said, Mick sort of experienced that too, playing against Zetta. He realized that like he was sort of being too lax about everything, and he really needed to put in more of the time. And you know, now he's been, ever since, you know, we saw him against Red Pyramid, he's really been just on fire and really just been playing a lot. And that was the thing that Red Pyramid had on him going into their match for losers finals, was that, and was that Red Pyramid had been playing so much. And that's what Red Pyramid had on a lot of people, was that he was playing so much and just getting better and better every day. And then I mean, Loner Hero experienced this too when he played against Red Pyramid. Was Loner Hero was just like, you know what, whatever, I know the game, I can do this, and you just gotta wash. You know, like it was just what it was. Also clean Nightmare 1 there from Mick, very good to see.
Zet can try and have a go as well, see if he can do it. I think there's something I think I've ever done. I think once I tried using the Ifrit strategy, but it's not something you need to do on easy because you've got so much devil trigger. So yeah, it's something I'd be more nervous doing. But it's
at this point in the races. Oh no, that's not good. Something 3, 4. This is not gonna be Nightmare 1 cycle.
Oh no, he's been swallowed.
Oh no, I think that might actually. I think that might be the race. Something went wrong there.
Oh man,
looked like an execution error there on Zetta's part. He doesn't really seem to. You saw him like sort of pause there for a second, like he didn't really know what was going on. Execution error, maybe a controller malfunction or something. Yeah, you hate to see
bizarre.
It. That might just be the race right there.
Possibly, it would be interesting to see if he can keep pace. That'd be fascinating. But wow, he's got
require some heavy mistakes coming out from Mick. But
oh man, yeah, no.
Yeah, this is not what I wanted to go down right here. This is what you hate to see, you know.
That's awful. I've not seen this inside of Nightmare for ages.
Same.
That's awful. That's like not something you see in speedruns normally. Well, at least it took some health off him.
It definitely took some health off him, and honestly, the most important part is that it does reset the cores. Definitely the most important part. It does reset the core health, so they are going to take more damage. You know,
for knowing Zetta, he's probably pretty annoyed right now. But no, he'll calm down and he'll refocus. I've seen him make mistakes and come back in. And I can't. When I make serious mistakes, I just give up. Well, I'd say give up. I just get angry and let it bother me. So, but Zetta, no, he calms down quite quickly. Angry for a few seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think understandably, I would be pretty angry there too. But it's like, well, you just got to finish out the run at that point. You know?
Definitely.
Because again, like he doesn't know where Mick's at. Unless he's watching Mick's stream. For all he knows, Mick could have got swallowed twice by Nightmare,
yeah, exactly.
You know? So,
oh man, that would be an interesting thing to see.
That would be Nightmare 2, he gets swallowed twice, Zetta just picks the lead back. Oh man. That would be a Cinderella story for the ages.
Wouldn't it?
I don't want it to really happen.
You just ran into the stairs, that's something. I've been noticing quite a little bit, and both guys have been doing like tiny mistakes like that. I've been running into walls and stuff, but nothing like getting swallowed by Nightmare. So I hate Virgil 3 or Nello 3. I could Virgil 3. I hate it.
I see everybody sort of going for the 5 holy water strats here, which is something that I really like to see because Yami's strat involved 3 holy waters on this mission. And he would just use Ifrit to take out the. He would just use Ifrit to take out the frosts, like 2 hits from Ifrit.
Yep.
And you would use slash cancels to take out Nello, but that introduced RNG into that fight, and RNG into the frost fights. But you know, you don't have to worry about that when you're just using the good old holy waters. So.
Yep.
definitely makes this mission like super canned. So always good to see that. I wonder if Zetta is going to actually go for the wall hike here for the fast Quicksilver. Saw on mission 10, I wanted to point out as well, we were sort of in the, well, mission 11, I'm sorry, we were sort of in the thick of things, so the commentary, so I didn't want to like cut you off, but mission 11, we saw him sort of jump up to the side there and stinger off to, you know, put the chalice on the statue, but you can actually wall hike up that, you know, podium or gondola or gazebo or whatever it is. You can just wall hike up that and then just do the canned stinger jump over to the other side to put the chalice in. Something that I also showed off in my low percent run.
Oh, interesting. So it's interesting that there's so many little things that are still coming up. I mean, I don't know how long you've been running this game, but we've certainly been running it for, I think it's, well, off and on for me for about 6 years.
I think I've been around
and
for
it's amazing considering that there's still little things that can be found. It's not, the game's not quite solved, you know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, especially the cat despawn coming out.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of weeks ago, and Cosmo Climb only got found within the last, I want to say, yeah, about the last year. I think that trick's only about a year old.
Brilliant.
So
I still don't know. I mean, I've seen the Cosmo Climb. I don't understand how the game programming makes it happen, but that's just probably me being a bit intrigued by.
For those not aware, the Cosmo Climb is where we use the vortex, Dante's vortex that you see the runners flying around the room with. We use it to fly to the top of the room, or the last room before going through the Moonus door. We use it to fly to the top of that room and skip all the platforming. And the way this works is Vortex will target an enemy and try to go towards that enemy. But the way Vortex 2 happens is you can hold down melee. And if you're targeting something and you just hold down melee, you will retain the direction that you were going at the start of Vortex. So if you're going up and you hold down melee with Vortex 2, you'll just go up. And what happens is Vortex will always travel relative to an enemy's location. So if it's above you, and if it's above you, it will send you upward. So you're just holding down melee while being below an enemy, so that the game says, "Oh, the enemy's up there. I need to send the player upwards." And then
fantastic.
You just travel to the top of the room that way.
It's probably the only point in the game where it's useful. Sorry. It's like probably the only point in the game where you can really use that to any use, isn't it? I'd imagine.
For any percent, yeah, as it's the only point. You use it in 100% to get the Bangle of Time quicker. In order to, because there's the dinosaur that you stand underneath and then you just fly to the top of the room that way. There was a trick that I tried to make where I tried to skip the entire living cave by I locked onto the door lock and then did a couple of backflips and vortexed upward. Unfortunately, there's an invisible ceiling there, but I would have been able to fly to the top of that room and go over to the lock, you know, to unlock the Moonus door. I would have been able to do that early.
That suggests to me that someone, when they programmed the game, thought you could do that. You know, it's almost like it's, I wouldn't say necessarily they designed it to be able to use the Cosmo Climb in that way, but it's almost like they knew that someone would try and clip through the ceiling if they've got an invisible ceiling there. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I was quite frankly very surprised, considering the oversight that you see on Griffin 1, where it's like, yeah, you can just walk.
You just skip him, yeah. Just walk away. See you later, man.
Just leave it on read. You saw also there the amount of text for the Philosopher's Stone greatly decreased on the Japanese text.
Yeah.
Only about 2 text skips as opposed to like 3 or 4 on English.
Maybe the oversight you said there about Griffin 1 is maybe down to multiple people programming different levels.
That's possible. Either that or they were just fine with people being able to skip Griffin.
Or maybe, yeah. It's I think that my memory of a long time ago, Halo 2 was very like that. You'd have one mission was extremely hard, the second mission was really easy, but they threw like a massive team at each level, I think, because it was so high budget. I think that they had this effect of like, mission 1's really, really hard, mission 2 is so easy, you know. But from memory, I mean, it's a long time since I played that.
Same here. They are both runners. I mean, even considering that Zetta got swallowed by Nightmare, his time, his pace is still pretty darn good for what happened.
Still probably better than my best.
It might be better than my best too. I had to actually check the RTA or whatever, you know. Because he's behind me in terms of RTA, but he's ahead of me in terms of IGT.
I see.
Yeah, so since the board switched over to RTA, I did get 4th place back, but I still don't have what's it called? I still don't have a better IGT than Zetta.
Right.
There's the grenade strat there as well.
It's just down to Zetta's menus not being quite as good, really.
Pretty much. It's
Yeah, I suppose maybe he relaxes because he doesn't think it's been timed, but now I think he'll probably adapt to think about these things. So
I certainly hope so. It definitely makes the game feel a lot better in my opinion. Feels like
Yeah.
a real speed run now because like everything just matters now.
yes,
See if
yeah, you
Mick
can
is
can't
also
cheat in
gonna
any
go
way.
for it. I wouldn't call it cheating, but it definitely was like sort of made me raise a few eyebrows over the years. Everybody, we're gonna also hope that Mick goes for the Cosmo climb as well. So let's see some climb in the chat for the boy Mick to do the Cosmo climb. And when Zetta reaches this mission 21, we will also do the same thing for him.
Climb. I'm gonna do it.
Climb.
Climb. So one of the annoying things for that jumping into the underworld there, I think you can stinger across the gap if you don't time that jump properly. Pretty sure I've done that before. I certainly can do it in other places, but
Extreme has now buffered.
oh dear.
Let me refresh this real quick.
Let's hope
Alright,
Zetta doesn't get swallowed again. I'm nervous for him.
Same here. This Nightmare 3 has certainly, broken some hearts this tournament.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Is he gonna go for it? He is. Okay.
Oh,
a Cosmo climb right to the top. That is what you love to see. You love to see it. Hey, baby. Mick coming out with such a strong start today. That was an absolutely perfect climb, yeah.
Fascinating. They make it look so easy.
All right, I can barely do it half the time, and I came up with the damn trick.
It's interesting what you just said about Nightmare 3, because when you watch, or certainly from my perspective of watching this back, every runner I've seen has made that look so easy. But it's really nerve-wracking when you play it because of how he can eat you or whatever. A slight mistake can screw you up completely. But it looks so, because it's so quick. If you get the strat right, it looks really easy, but it's not.
It's
one
so
of the most
like
painful parts.
It's so finicky, and like the way the metrics move around is just like.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that mission, or not a fan of that boss fight, I should say. I like the cutscene afterwards, though.
The cutscene.
Don't come any closer, you devil!
Oh yeah, let's see if Mick does a newer strategy as well for this fight. See the platforms sort of rising out of the ground here. A lot of runners sort of been opting to air hike onto those platforms so that they're not taking damage in the lava. Looks like Mick is just gonna opt to do the untouchable strat here. Pretty popular strat amongst most runners, not named Loner Hero or Maxi Lobes. Most of them opt for the Devil Star strat.
Fascinating. I mean, like I said before, Zetta and my strategies were built off of easy auto, and what we tended to do is sort of like pick bits from the normal strategy without watching it necessarily all the way through. And obviously this is the last, because it's the end of Mundus, it's the last bit you see from the normal strategy, and seeing people jump into the fire was like, what are you doing? But when you think about it, it makes sense. But at the time when you first see, what you commit suicide, what's going on? But it's I don't not do that now. It's something that I couldn't play this game casually, like just as a playthrough without doing that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
There's so much like that's just ingrained in me to do now after having run it so many times.
Yeah. It's,
looks like this is going to be GG as well for Mick.
Yeah. I mean, amazingly, Zetta has kept a reasonable pace behind him.
Yeah,
it's impressive that he didn't let it rattle him being eaten by Nightmare. He didn't screw up the rest of his game. I think it's almost like he returned to a normal pace afterwards, which is impressive.
And I think that bodes pretty well for the rest of the set. You know,
Yeah.
coming into the next match, I feel like, you know, hopefully, because, you know, there's not really a sort of like momentum thing here, because there's going to be those breaks in between. So Mick's not going to be able to coast off of any momentum that he has coming into the next match. So Zetta will be able to compose himself and sort of just come back strong, hopefully, and take a win to bring this to the final game.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. A bit of a sort of final showdown.
That would be the dream, man. I think everybody's hoping for that.
When you first play normal of this game, it's interesting because, of course, playing easy auto for, like I say, years is casually. Mundus is just a joke. You just beat him easily. But when you play it normal without all the Devil Stars, it's so much harder in normal. Crazy.
So it's like, yeah, I think that easy auto was balanced like super well too. It's like probably one of the best like easy modes I've ever seen in a video game in terms of how it's balanced too. And it definitely gets you prepared for the next like difficulties, but then it's like you get to the Mundus fight and it's like, oh no. 43-41 by Mick.
Good time.
Very nice.
Ooh, no, excuse me. The 38-22 in game. Fantastic. Just looks so pretty.
It's nice.
It's interesting as well. If you see that line there below normal, it says total red orbs. When me and Zetta were racing this locally on, you know, 2 PS3s, we'd always noticed that his count was significantly higher than mine, and we couldn't work out why. But that total red orbs counts all your orbs for all your save files.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it does. So like he was like 6 million or something ridiculous, and mine was like 30,000. It's like, why have you got so many red orbs? You didn't gather any more red orbs than me during the run. What's going on? I don't understand. But no, it is every one of your save files counts towards it.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah, so because of course he'd broken. I think he'd broken it down at that point. He'd broken it down into missions. So he'd been practicing mission 1, practicing mission 2. So he'd had save files of various missions, I think, from memory. So he had, because of that, because he had so many save files of the game, he just had loads more red orbs built up. So fascinating.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And that's a nice little bit of. That's something I did not know about these games. Certainly.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody in the chat knew about it, but I certainly fucking did.
So little things like that just make it interesting, don't they? And by the way, as well, what we said we were doing mission split, so we were both waiting for each other to finish in this game, racing individual missions with Zetta in person. I've never beaten him at this final mission. I've beaten him at every other mission, but I've never beaten him at this one, ever. He just I don't know why, but he's never done it.
The movement in this mission is so, like, the movement and DT management in this mission is just so crucial to having a good time on it.
But I just get nervous when I'm climbing out of the underworld. I just always worry I'm going to fall and just screw it up.
I've definitely had that feel too when I've been on PvP.
Yeah.
It's like, it's never happened, but I've just been like,
It's like, oh, don't fall, and you fall. Yeah. But I think maybe that's what's made me not fall. I have that worry of falling. If I get complacent, I'll probably just fall off.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, once you're caught sleeping, that's it.
Definitely. This is the point where the game froze last time, isn't it? So hopefully it doesn't. If it did that for Zetta, that would be just ridiculous.
All right, and that is going to be
GG,
I believe, and he's going to skip the cutscene. GG.
Jackpot.
Okay. All right, so 43-51 and a 46-26. So we're going to give the runners about 5-10 minutes to take a break, and we'll be back at it with the second mission. Everybody, grab your snacks. Real quick, we're going to be in the next mission, or in the next fight in a second here. I'm going to go and hit the bathroom as well. Nux, you do your thing, man.
Yep, cool. See you in a second.
Yep. To be power if you watch us. Alright, gentlemen.
Hey.
Hello.
Alright, GG to Mick. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this underway again.
Sure, what was the time?
Mick's was a 38:22 and
Okay, yeah.
40.
Yeah, nice.
42, yeah, it's good.
Which is actually surprisingly close, really. I mean, considering that that's a kind of a run-ending screw-up he did. But I mean, I think.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have won anyway. So
after you recovered, you were consistent. You came straight back in, and it was as if you didn't make the mistake. So impressive.
Yeah, it was good
Thanks.
stuff. It was a little bit of a heartbreaker to see the nightmare. What happened on Nightmare 1? Was it like the camera messed you up, or pretty much never seen you mess up the fight? So
yeah, I didn't get as much DT as I wanted, and then I couldn't remember if I pressed L1 or not. I must have done, and I turned it off and back on again.
Oh, that's okay. All right, moment of
And
hesitation.
so I was like, oh dear.
Yo,
Then I
speaking of
got
cameras,
swallowed.
that Phantom 1 camera, whew, I was not expecting to get a close-up of his big blue eyes, I ain't gonna tell you. Ain't gonna lie, rather.
Oh boy. All right, gentlemen. So let's head on back to the main menu there, and we'll get into this one. Let's get into this next
4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. time for your speedrunning session.
Is everyone still relaxed, or is everyone really tense after the first race?
No, I'm still quite happy. Strangely so.
Were you rather angry when you made the mistake?
Not really. I
No.
thought I was behind anyway, judging from just my mission 1. So I was.
Yeah, I think I jinxed that. If you rewatch the stream,
Commentator's curse.
I was just telling them about how you used to race this game without a monitor, without sound on it, and you could hear the sort of blades coming towards you. You knew instinctively when they were coming, and as I said it, you got hit by the blades. So it was my fault. It was my fault.
All right. So, as per usual, on the count of Devil May Cry, let me reset both of the timers here, and we will do 3, 2, 1, Devil May Cry. All right. Wow, they both started at the same time. Good luck, gentlemen.
Magnificent.
All right. So,
Keep going.
coming into the second match here, Mick with a very strong start to the race. Definitely what I wanted to see from him coming into this. I would like to see Zetta pull this back so we do get a third game. I think everybody in the crowd's open for that, as well as both of us
That's what
here
everyone's saying, yeah.
on commentary. We just want to see a good match. You know, it's really not about who wins at this point.
No, I think so, yeah.
It's just about how you play the game, you know.
I think so. Yeah, it reminds me of this community a little bit. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the community for Doom speedrunning, but I am familiar with the very first mission in Doom. I don't know if you're familiar where it was a perfect run with finishing the mission in 7 seconds, and the two guys that were neck and neck were just so friendly about it. And when one of them beat the other person, it was just, yeah, that person won, and they were more happy. They were just as happy that person beat the time than winning themselves. And I really like that kind of sportsmanship. Really, I think that's what I call it.
I mean, it's one of those things, like I mentioned before, that sociologically, you can choose to just build each other up and feed off of each other, and especially in a setting like this where the goal is to go faster. When you all get better and you all go faster, the game gets more fun to run.
I agree.
Because just more stuff gets found out, and you just have to hold yourself to a higher standard. And I've said before that I would much rather be on a leaderboard where I was like 4th, but all the competition was super close.
Yes.
Close. Rather than on a world record, like on a board where I have world record and there's basically no competition. It's sort of the case with Devil May Cry 5 right now, where like I'm 9 minutes ahead of the 2nd place time, and it's like, I mean, that's like a special exception because I did so much routing for that game. But like, if I could have it where, there will be a lot more runners for that game, and maybe I don't have as much of a lead, or I just don't have world record, I'd probably choose the ultimate scenario.
I think as time goes on, I mean that game is obviously what, a year and a half old.
Yeah.
No, not even that. No, just less than a year and a half old. So I think as time goes on, hopefully people will pick it up because it's a great fun game. I mean, it's so well designed. I loved it. I mean, and the throwbacks as well to the. I mean, when you play it casually with the cutscenes, the throwbacks to this game are magic. That I can't remember the name of the mission. The mission where you climb the sort of tower as Dante at the end. It's just, and you fight all the Devil May Cry 1 bosses with the music. It's just quite nostalgic.
It's definitely it's my favorite game ever. So.
All right. One of mine, definitely. I mean, I love the balance between all of the games. I mean, because a lot of people from memory. I mean, this is probably not based off community. This is based off of like reviews and people at the time were sort of treated Devil May Cry 4 as like a dark horse in a way, because a lot of them didn't like playing as Nero. But I always loved playing as Nero. I mean, I loved the Devil Bringer arm was fantastic, but the balance in 5 of being able to play as both characters, well, 3 characters, but both characters from the original games is just great. So,
yeah,
I think
it's awesome to see. Mick also, I think so Mick before was sort of he was in the lead last time, but now he's going to be on the back foot coming into this run here. I think he might be ahead IGT, but going to be behind by 400 orbs, so that's going to definitely come back to bite him on mission 3 at the very least.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, it is relatively neck and neck. I mean, Zetta just coming out of the door.
What are my opinions on V as a playable character? I like V in the context of the speedrun. Casually, he was cool the first time around, but I don't think that he has a huge skill ceiling. I think that he's rather limited in what he can do.
I like his Bart Simpson skateboard type thing. I love that. Like I hated playing him without that. Let's put it that way.
The quick play, yeah. The kiddie scooter. That's what we call it in the
kiddie scooter.
The kiddie scooter.
No, me and Zetta, on our channel, one of our first videos is that game, and I think in the original, I did a Bart Simpson joke. So that's my memory of that of V. Whenever anyone says V to me, I just think of Bart Simpson.
Let's see what kind of Mick not really getting a great scissor fight here. Definitely is like he got 3 clean kills, but it was a little bit slow there. So, but Zetta also having sort of an equally hard time here, if not more so. It's interesting to see because he's going to innately gain more time over Mick on the next mission, I think, considering Stinger. But there's flat time loss in this game, and there's contextual time loss, which is something I talk about a lot as far as the orb route, where Mick might be so far ahead now here that things sort of balance out. But if Zetta were just ahead this whole time and he had the better economy on top of that, Mick would stand no chance in terms of being in the lead here.
Yeah,
And then that's just because of like flat time losses, like getting a bad scissor fight, but still getting the S rank, and you know, getting a marionette in the basement. That's just all flat time loss. It doesn't affect anything going forward. It just affects that mission.
Exactly.
Residual time loss or contextual time loss is something related to, you know, the orb route or the ranks or whatever, that make it so that you not only lose time on the current mission, but you lose time going forward, you know, into the next missions.
Right.
And so, like, people will see one runner get like a really good scissor fight, and it's like, but he got hit, so it.
Yeah. I suppose that's something that's difficult to calculate as well. I mean, like, unless you know the game really well, you may think, you know, you screw up, get hit, lose a rank, you may not be able to think exactly how it's going to screw you up later, and you're going to be reactive and use your sort of economy of orbs differently. Sorts of sort of like the great runners from the good runners, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely something that, especially in like a marathon sort of setting like this, it definitely counts a lot more. You know, that knowledge as well as the execution on top of everything. And you see here, like, Zetta is going to be hitting the Phantom trigger pretty much at the exact same time as Mick, despite being pretty far behind relatively. And it's just because he had Stinger too.
Amazing, really. Yeah, so so I see your point. Yeah, it pays off over the sort of course because of the fact that he's had it earlier. And doesn't spend. He won't be spending the orbs now. He'll have spent them already. So interesting.
However, Mick the thing that I mentioned before to you was that you know, the Phantom fight here is definitely consistent for Zetta. Really good strat, but Mick got the perfect fight there for Phantom, and now he's back ahead again, despite not having Stinger 2 for the majority, or for all of Mission 3.
Oh, man, that's just exciting, isn't it? I think that this is fascinating. Both players playing at their best here.
Let's see if he's gonna go for the cat despawn as well. Oh, that was it. That was almost it.
Nearly. Oh wow, that was a perfect jump on that fountain. There we go. Couldn't think of the word there. I needed to say statue. Fountain.
Long death animation here, unfortunately, for this cat, though, on Mick's end. And oh, this cat is also gonna just give Zetta a really rough time. This is not what I wanted to see here.
Oh, he's hiding. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. These cats are just resilient sometimes, or they're just like paper other times. That is not what I wanted to see here.
Is he gonna let it eat him?
Nah, not this time. I don't think. I think he's trying to maintain the orbs here. Yep,
I
there
see.
we go.
Normally he doesn't even care. He just lets it eat him.
Just assert dominance.
Yes, yes. Amazing seeing how consistent this fight is as well. I mean, without having to do any of the jumping and cutscenes, you just have him, kill him.
There was when I routed like New Game Plus no items for this game a while ago, and you obviously can't just like take him out there. So I had a strat where, you know, I would get him to the top of the area, and then I would actually vortex up to him by locking onto him from afar. Oh no, Mick gonna lose the special bonus. That is definitely not what he wanted to see. That is gonna seriously come back to bite him.
That my heart skipped a beat there, because like I say on my runs, Mission 5, if I screw it up at all, I just stop. That's that literally. I've not seen it in years anyone do that, but that should screw him up later. Hopefully Zetta doesn't make the same mistake and it keeps the lead, and we have that third game.
And it's you were talking about using the orb economies a little bit differently. Zetta, since he doesn't get the air hike, he basically operates on a 200 or 2,000 orb surplus, as opposed to most runners coming into the mid game. You know, his utility for movement is a little bit weaker, but he actually has a much different orb economy because of that. So it's why he's able to do things like use the holy water on Phantom for the consistent damage there, and he's technically up at a 3,000 surplus here with this untouchable that he grabs as well. So his orb economy technically is stronger than a lot of runners in the early game, and that's where he sort of makes up a lot of time in the mid and the late game just because of that.
Fascinating. Which is incredible considering the fact that easy auto and normal are so different in the early game. Really, it's he's obviously adapted.
Yeah, it's cool how how he sort of carried over a lot of the strats that he had on easy auto and then sort of adapted them to normal, like you were saying. Really speaks to also how well this game is balanced on the different difficulties.
Yes.
And
another thing I was just sorry, you go first.
No, go ahead.
The mentioning about Mission 5 just there, we were talking about, and I think the last race about almost this game has been designed to be sped run. If you look at the way that when you're placed in the Mission 5 after Mission 4, it's down in the courtyard area. So it's almost as if the game wanted you to beat him there. If that makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is sort of like the lull period. Just a reminder to everybody, these matches will be on the YouTube channel for repeat watching, as well as, if anybody did not get to tune in during the live broadcast, they will be able to watch them after the fact. And I do want to take the chance again to announce that because of the success of this event, I am going to be making a DMC Speedruns Twitch channel, because I don't want to have these events just on my channel so that it's mostly me benefiting from it. I want this to be sort of a community thing. So and I want the channel to be run by multiple people so that I myself can play in these tournaments as well, and not be able to just hand over the the reins to other people for the broadcast. So
fascinating. Cool.
Look for that. Look for that afterwards. Devil May Run, maybe. Run DMC.
Run.
That's the shirt that I wore for my GDQ run for DMC5.
Wonderful. That's brilliant. I
don't know if maybe we get copyright strike for that, because I don't know if Run DMC wants to make a Twitch channel or not. So
it'd be funny if Run DMC did make a Twitch channel and they both came in wearing Devil May Cry t-shirts. Just to like pay tribute.
They're like, you got that, don't worry. We're just gonna wear these in honor of you. Mick, we also see gonna go for the special bonus here, or attempt to go for the special bonus here on the Phantom 2. Because he definitely wants to have air hike coming into the mid game here. It's gonna just really put a kink in a lot of things that he wants to do.
So I know someone that really struggles playing this game because they've got arachnophobia and they hate the Phantom.
Yeah, the Phantom is something else, man. Phantom is something else. So what I want to see Mick do here now at this point is pick up what's it called? Pick up a couple of extra holy waters in order to make up the difference so that he can buy air hike still coming into the next mission. I don't think he can actually. I don't think he can make this jump without air hike either. I don't think he can wall hike over that.
That was an unusual watch. I'd never seen that happen before.
Yeah, you have to have air hike in order to do that jump over the over the I don't even know what that's called, the gate thing. I don't know what it is.
Probably a winch, maybe.
The winch, yeah, over the winch, yeah, that's what it is. I called it a spindle a few times, and I'm like, looking back, I'm like, why did I call it that? But
a winch on its vertical. So if a winch was on its side, it'd be called a capstan.
That makes sense.
I think that's like a naval thing. I think from memory, but I think it's a winch if it's horizontal, and it's a capstan if it's vertical. Like a stalactite and stalagmite, which I don't know the difference. I know that one's a stalactite, one's a stalagmite, but I don't know which one's which.
I have no idea. Starboard port, shit's all Greek to me, man. English is not even a language. It's just 3 languages stacked on top of each other in a trench coat.
Yep. Excuse me. The rules aren't meant to be broken. There's just no rules. Someone told me that that port was originally called larboard, but it was changed because people were just like communicating and thought when you said larboard you were saying I don't know if that's a myth. I'm not sure.
I've not actually heard that. No.
It's probably someone trying to wind me up.
Worth looking into. I mean, I haven't heard anything to the contrary. So.
This is the early gauntlets.
Yeah, nice clean early gauntlets there.
Very
See
good.
there as well the 93 orb count from Mick. Really playing it close to the chest here with this orb route. Oh, thank you, Henner. Henner says stalactite is on the ceiling because it's got a C, and stalagmite is on the ground because it's got a G.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for that. That's really cool. I'll never forget that now.
Mick also going to activate the forest fight here. You see that already Zetta has started catching up because of the lack of special bonus that Mick was able to, Mick wasn't able to get the air hike with the 2,000 orb surplus there from the initiate special bonus. Really could not land that safety strat. And now he's going to also have to go, he's going to probably lose a whole lot of time to this holy water as well.
Right. This interesting because I've mostly played easy. This screen, you're not on it for any length of time on easy. I think you just walk through.
Yeah.
From memory.
It's not a mandatory fight. Yep.
I didn't even know that platform was there.
Yep,
to be totally honest with you.
That holy water there is a really nice holy water to pick up for a safety strat. You see, they're both now ending the forest at the same time.
Cool. It's interesting. It's the next screen where there's like, if you jump over the wall, there's like a red orb cache.
Yep.
And Zetta will stinger into it normally.
But I've had it a few times myself.
Yeah. It's useful just in case you don't have enough orbs for that door, which I've done before, stupidly.
It's
always... like when you first start. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, when you first start running this game, like you say, you don't necessarily think about that sort of orb economy, but you just spend all your orbs and you've got none for the damn doors. It completely kills your run.
And it's always so funny, like when you start doing like no resets in this game, once you're sort of like comfortable with it. You mess up something a little bit in the orb economy, and then all of a sudden you have to remember that like the red orb door actually has like a cost. There's definitely been times where I've just been so used to just like winging through them. Then I'm like, oh wait a minute, oh damn it, it's like, oh crap, this actually has a cost to it. I forgot about that.
This part of the game always reminds me. I don't know if you talked offline about Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy 9. Have you played Final Fantasy 9?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the puzzle in the forest out by the Black Mage Village. These games came out, I think, the same year, so I don't know if there was any influence there, because it's like you have to go down one path to go down another path, and it just always reminds me of that.
It's been a long time since I played that game, so I'd have to go back.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle where you've got to follow an owl on the screen, and you can go left and then go right, and it's a strange sort of setup, but it looks very similar. So
it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm not trying to accuse Capcom of plagiarism or anything.
No, you're fine. No, I mean it's still pretty good, So now Mick has pretty much has almost made up the deficit for his orb economy here.
Wow.
He needs to pick up one more holy water in order to completely be rid of the deficit. So the way that backups work in this game is you have to start thinking of items in terms of their orb cost, and the ranks in terms of item orb cost. And the most cost-efficient item in this game for the run is a holy water. So, for example, when you have the 1500 orbs for the S rank, let's say you lose the S rank, right? You're now at 800 orbs for the reward for the A rank. You have to just start thinking of that as, okay, I'm down one holy water. And then you just go and pick up a holy water, and all of a sudden, boom, it's leveled out.
Ooh. Sorry, just reacted to Zetta's mistake there.
Did he get hit?
That's interesting. He did get hit. He got hit by the blade. Yeah, no, that's interesting. You were just saying about thinking of it that way. That really helps me actually, because I tend to struggle with the economy of things like that. That's really an interesting way of putting it. 700 is an equivalent of a holy water. I have to take that into consideration. It might help me get better at that type of stuff.
Yeah, and then all you have to then think of is like, okay, so where do I need these holy waters, and where's all the backups? And then once you get that down, it's like, okay, well now you know exactly where you can get your economy back on track.
Whoa, that was cool. I've never noticed that before. With the jumping up to the, I think you mentioned it before, jumping up to the like gazebo type thing to get the health and then jump across. That's cool.
Yeah, the easiest way is with air hike, but you can just wall hike up too. Not a huge difference.
Going down
in terms of
that platform.
Time.
Here's a question on that jump, where you had to jump right to the edge to sort of jump off. I mean, obviously, if you're in the wrong place, you jump straight back over to the platform in the middle. is it quicker to stand on the side and jump down, or just do like a sort of rolling jump to jump down? Or is it, has anyone discovered that yet? It's safer to stand on the edge, isn't it, just to sort of jump off? But I don't know if it saves a second or anything.
I think well, if you just like, I think you'd have to work out like air hiking off there or something.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Loner Hero, he'll do a stinger and then an air hike, and the air hike will hit the ceiling there, and I think he's like able to just like come down immediately or something like that. It's something really it's something I have to take a look at again. It's one of the little movement things that Loner does that's like very, very nice to see.
Interesting.
Mick also gonna go for the double hit of the holy water here.
Fighting St. Elmo.
Nice, there we go.
Magic. Yeah, it's a strange thing with the guy that side there I call St. Elmo. How sometimes the holy water kills him, sometimes it doesn't. Is that luck, or is that just
so the way
positioning?
that works is you saw Mick sort of pause buffer there and do a holy water when his head was just coming out. And
yeah, the
reason that works is because for some reason, if the way like on that frame, it's like I think it's a set of frames, not just one frame. The holy water will register an additional hit, but it does count as an extra holy water. So you have to get like a nice orb count in addition to finishing the mission, you know, in time or whatever, not getting hit. So we do that, you know, and then it counts as like additional holy water, and then we do the 2 to Phantom. It's a very, I don't really know why it works, but it does. So
yeah, just go with it.
Yeah, just go with it, exactly. Nice movement here again as well by Mick. Let's see if Zetta can replicate.
Wow, that's Mick going for the kill, just swimming straight up to them and blade and just stabbing them in the face. Zetta being a bit conservative and just leaning back and letting them come to him.
Zetta definitely trusting in the movement of the blades there. That blade movement is very consistent, so he's probably just got it down to a science there at that point. Mick opting to instead limit the path of the blade, because if the blade runs into you, it will just not go nearly as far. So.
Okay. Taking the fight to them.
Yep, exactly.
Imagine underwater if there's like these monster like this, just a random guy just walks up to them, right in their face, throwing needles at them.
And for those not aware, this section of the game is not timed by the in-game timer. That's why runners actually wait to wait until this section to go and grab that untouchable there, as opposed to grabbing it, you know, on mission 12 when you're when you're swimming past it, or on mission 13 when you're swimming past it.
It's an interesting little thing that's allowed, isn't it? I mean, that everyone gets that untouchable. It's a nice little
free thing. Yeah, it was under IGT anyway. RTA now you have to actually grab it, you know, in a timely manner. You can't just really, well, you could, but you'd lose a few seconds. But
yeah,
I could see people still using that as sort of as like a safety net, just waiting until that time there, because it ends up not affecting the rank of this mission either if you get hit in that section between 13 and 14. So until you're ready to like go for the riskier play of swimming right past the blade in order to grab the untouchable, you can just opt for that regular thing there. That stinger jump there that you saw from Mick was something that Zetta also showed us. Is because there exists a mechanic in this game where the way that you enter certain doors affects the way Dante is facing when you come out of them. And if you stinger into that door at a, you know, a good angle, you can just mash stinger in the door transition, and no matter what enemy is there, you will always be able to get the stinger off. We previously thought that the red scythe in there, or the red scythe was an immediate time loss, because we could only stinger jump, you know, reliably by walking forward with the blades or the cats. Zetta showed us, you know, hey, that's not really the case. You could just mash stinger in the door transition here. Another thing that he kind of shows as far as manipulation goes, related to that door mechanic, is that when you go into the room with the scissors on mission 18, hold on one.
The underwater one.
Yeah, the underwater one. If you're facing to the left, Dante will come out facing the left, and the scissor that's directly in front of you will always swim to the right into the middle of the room. But if you're facing the middle of the room when you come in, that there's a chance that that scythe or that scissor will, yeah, it's a scissor underwater. There's a chance that that scissor will want to swim to the left out of bounds as well.
No, I know that particular room is a nightmare because it's very. I guess unless you do that, it can be, you know, a varied time. You either do it in 30 seconds or 2 minutes. It's just a ridiculous room. But I suppose if you do it that way, you're always going to guarantee hitting the 3 guys in a certain order in a certain time.
Yeah.
It's a bit annoying that they clip through the wall anyway, isn't it? I mean, I wish they didn't. If they didn't do that, it wouldn't be a problem. It's interesting to see a Mick go into this room here, get the holy water.
Yeah, he's opting for, definitely because of how rough his early game was, and he ended up picking up that air hike. Definitely opted for the safer strat there. Zetta now going to pull into the lead here after nearly, like, you know, 2/3 of the game almost been behind. I do like seeing Zetta here go for the grenade gun strats as well. I know he usually prefers for the
Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah, for the Ebony and Ivory strat. I really like seeing him do the grenade gun.
Marvelous. Yeah, I know it from memory. I like using Ebony and Ivory. It just feels a lot safer. I actually on my I think on my easy run I've put up, I don't actually get the grenade gun. I think I leave it. Just use the shotgun for the sides and stuff. I never use the grenade gun, which is crazy thinking about how that would kill a run like this. You know.
Yeah. What's interesting about the scissors, you know, with the shotgun, the shotgun gets so valuable on easy auto just because the scissors on easy auto actually have more health than on normal. And
really?
That's because this is a thing with balance that I was talking about before, is that because the scissors replace a lot of the stronger enemies that exist on normal, like the cats, they replace all the cats.
Yeah.
To compensate for that, you know, you don't face the frosts anymore. You don't. I think you face the you face the nobodies, but you don't face the frosts anymore, mandatory, and you don't face the cats anymore. So to compensate for that, the difficulty was balanced on having the scissors be one of the stronger enemies, and sort of, you know, instead of sort of like chumps. So they gave them more health to compensate for that.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. That is very deliberate as well. Clearly, I mean, they balanced it out deliberately.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, they clearly considered, like you said, that people would be playing an easy game. It's not like they patronize anyone. They went, right, okay, if you want to play easy, then you know, we'll make it fair for you.
Yeah.
Which is good game design, really.
Absolutely. I think that's definitely one of the things that makes this game hold up so well, is how those difficulties are all balanced, sort of how they tie into the direct, or the sort of, like you said, deliberate decisions in how enemy design is shaped and how the room layouts are structured, etc.
It's interesting as well, just in this room here. I mean, I hope Zetta doesn't mind me saying, but he always forgets which way to go to that door. And I know, and so, like, you know, when you see on mixed screen here, when he's going off to the door, the original door you go through to where the biplane is, Zetta always forgets what side it's on. I think because he's used to coming from the other way. And he says it when I've raced him in the room. He says, "Oh yeah, I always forget which way to go." But he always gets it right. He never goes the wrong way. But it's like a memory of him saying, "Oh, which way do I go?" It's crazy.
Mick also getting good art. Let's see if Zetta can clean up this nightmare fight as well.
Let's get revenge.
2.
Come on, show him his boss.
4, 5, 6. That is going to be a clean nightmare 1 from Zetta. Very nice. Definitely looking to hold on to this lead that he picked up here.
That's for eating me, man. Revenge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is also going to be a clean nightmare 1 from Mick.
One thing on that particular screen there from what Zetta just did there, getting those 3, what I call big orbs. I don't know if you call them something specifically, but call them big orbs, big red orbs. When we were both racing this, we thought it'd be quicker just to ignore those orbs. But actually, not getting the orbs gives you a lower orb count for the end of the mission.
Yeah.
So it ends up not getting those orbs costs you more orbs. So I mean, something we learned very early on is that actually, as I remember, we got some like a rank C and ended up going to get 200 orbs or something ridiculous. So
yeah, and it's like there's not only is like their contextual time loss, but there's also contextual time gain in this game.
Yes.
Which you were just talking about there, maybe without even realizing, is that like you're spending more time to get the orbs, but you save more time because of those orbs later on.
Yeah.
So there's things that we do that are intentionally slower, in order to sort of pad out an orb route later, or actually make it possible later on.
Fantastic.
That's something that's like super cool to me in terms of these games as speedruns.
Yeah, it allows for some creative playing, doesn't it? I mean, I think when me and Zetta used to run racing mission for mission, we used to. I think I remember us both saying this game isn't very technical, but I suppose mission to mission it isn't really. But with that, you know, what you just said there about orb management and how it impacts your game later, it becomes very technical, which is fascinating, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those games that, like, I think it's pretty, as a speedrun, I think it's pretty easy to pick up, but once you really, like, get down to the nitty-gritty, it's like, okay, wow, you know, this is something. Like, there's a lot to this.
It's similar, like, not in terms of design, but it's similar to Super Metroid in that regard. I think I meant Super Metroid in the last race. Is that you can pick that game up and you can speed run that game. As soon as you learn how to, I don't know if you know how well you know Super Metroid, but as soon as you learn how to wall jump, you can pretty much get through the game really quickly. But there are so many different, you know, sequence breaks, different techniques that make that game perfect. That, you know, it's similar in a sense. Again, that's another game that seems to have been designed around being able to get through it quickly.
Yeah, I think it has the IGT at the end too, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah, I think that's right.
Seems to be a common thread.
But it's difficult to I think when you research speedrunning on the internet, I mean, I guess this is sort of like a Wikipedia type thing that you can't trust if it's true or not, but there's dispute from what I've seen on what the first game to be, you know, speedrun was, and people will either say it's Super Metroid or Doom. I mean, they both came out the same year, so I don't know. I mean, I suppose that was around the time that the internet very first started, so I'm not sure, like, sharing times on message boards and stuff like that, it would make sense that either one of them was the very first, but I'm not sure which one it is.
Yeah, I'm really not sure either, honestly. It's not something that, like, it's like one of those, like, questions that's, like, there in the back of the head, you know, all the time, but it's not something you actively think about.
No. I think what you mentioned, in the last race is about that design around the arcade type stuff, where you know, the in-game time is there for, certainly on Doom at the end of the mission you could, you know, get a timer of how long it's taken you, and it's probably, you know, being someone that likes a challenge of sitting there and going, how low can I get that, you know? So
yeah, it's cool to see that was like that. I mean, even in modern games, like that sort of idea is kind of carried over. Not unfortunately, you know, I don't really see a whole lot of in-game timers a lot anymore, but definitely the idea of, like, there's times where developers, like, clearly have mapped things out so that, like, if you know what you're doing, you know, it's intentional, then they allow you to get through things a little bit quicker if you know what you're doing.
yeah, I think as well, I mean, what obviously has changed with gaming over the years. I mean, look, that arcade influence, the timer was there and a lot of it, but also the points, because the points were for high score tables and stuff. But in this game, what's interesting is that effectively your points are your currency, which is just fantastic design. It's just brilliant. I mean, obviously you don't necessarily get a high score on how many you get. I mean, obviously at the end, like we've established there, you do get a total orb count, but that doesn't really benefit necessarily how well you play the game. It's just a great bit of design, and almost like you say, that someone thought of it. Brilliant.
What a video game, dude.
Man, yeah, it's just like fascinating. You know?
I think that's part of why this game continues to be the. Did you see him get the quick egg pickup there?
I didn't. I missed it. No.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you do it. It's really random to me.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I've tried to do it in some of my runs recently. We'll see here, Zetta going into Nightmare 2 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mick can also start it up. That is going to be a perfect Nightmare 2 from Zetta. 1, 2.
It's just amazing how close these guys are as well.
5, 6.
Sorry, I cut over you counting there.
No, you're good. I mean, it's just I'm just doing it just for just because play by play. I think it's crazy that you see these that sort of contextual time loss really affecting Mick's run, especially because when he was in the lead as much as he was last run, going for the slower strats on mission 15.
Yeah.
He was able to do it and still maintain the lead, but it was so close leading up to mission 15 that Zetta has pretty much just overtaken him at this point.
Yeah.
And it's not by much, but it is there. It definitely speaks to sort of how airtight the route that Zetta has gone for, but it also speaks to Mick's knowledge of the game, that he realizes, because you don't see him going for any backups anymore. You don't see him skipping out on his purchases at all. He realizes that his route is back on track now, and he can just blaze forward with what he usually does.
Yeah, it's almost like you can read his mind in a sense. I mean, you obviously you're better than me because you're more experienced, but you know when he's made a certain mistake or he's missed a certain pickup, that you know which way he's going to go. It's fascinating.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes into this game. It's I mean, as you know too, it's like you like once you've been through the basement hell of like 4 hours of just resetting on all that, and then like you have to just pay attention to everything to just claw back seconds every mission. It becomes so clear like where mistakes kill runs, where they affect them negatively, where they where you can salvage things. It's just there's so much minutia to this game. It's incredible as a run. I personally think it's like a perfect speed run, but
no, it's good. I think it's interesting as well what you just said there about the basement resetting. When me and Zetta first raced this game in person, we were really, in a sense, racing against each other. I mean, obviously that sounds really silly when you say it, but we weren't necessarily considering a best time. We were just, again, who can win. So we weren't resetting. If we were getting a bad time on mission 1, we were just sort of going through at the beginning. So I think that's probably, and I'm not claiming credit for this. Again, I'm not as good a runner, but I think that's kind of helped Zetta create his very consistent pace, because he's played the game through so many times, as opposed to having to reset the first mission. He's just, even if he has a bad first mission, he'll still have that experience of playing through it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where, like, until there's more competition out there and you're sort of going for the competition approach to the leaderboard, then really all you're doing is competing the guys next to you, or you're competing against yourself. So it's really all about what you want to do. Oh no, this is not going to be good for Mick here. Not a good start to the nightmare fight as well. This might actually be GG here for Zetta. This Cosmic 5 might decide this run.
We might get what we want and have a third race, which would be interesting. It's I think I mentioned to you before. I don't know if I mentioned on the stream, but when Zetta and I first played this game, Zetta had played it before me casually, and he'd going, like, I think jokingly, in the UK, I don't know what the time limit on a VHS is, but in the UK it's 3 hours, an old VHS, if anyone remembers VHS. And what Zetta did is he played through the game with cutscenes and not skipping enemies to see if he could do it within a 3 hour time limit, and that was what he gave to me, so I could beat the game, because I'd never beaten it. Pre-YouTube, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
So in essence, that was kind of what influenced our speed running in a sense. I mean, if you think about it, 3 hours in game time isn't really a speed run, but if you play the game casually before playing it, how many hours does it take you? 12, 14 hours. The very first time you played it.
Yeah.
So 3 hours compared to that is no time at all. But it's fascinating that the VHS has an influence on this game in some way. I think he might still have that. He's got like a room in his house where he's got loads of VHS tapes, and I think he may still have it. It's just that it would take him days to find it, because there's so many of them. And I'm looking now in my room at all my VHSs, and I've not got rid of any of them, because I've got like old episodes of Pokemon on them from what I've recorded off the TV. I'm nostalgic for what you guys call commercials. We call them adverts. Nostalgic for stuff like that from the old Cartoon Network Toonami days. So I've kept a lot of those videos for that reason. So it's a bit of a strange little bit of sad me adding my little anecdotes in there. So.
Hey man, I mean it's history. It's history.
Yeah,
I brought
definitely.
you on for, dude. And I figured you also wanted to commentate your buddy's run, so. I mean, Mick, Mills already cursed Mick's last run, so he didn't want to come on, so I had to get you.
I did. To be fair, I did curse Zetta before when I talked about him playing without sound. Which, thinking about it, like you've just said before, actually playing without sound on this game is just so crazy, which is probably added to Zetta's consistency. You know, I mean, it's like that kind of stereotypical thing where if you're playing a game and you want to concentrate, you turn the sound down. I mean, I don't think that helps at all, but it's like a psychological thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
In essence, you know. It's all to do with his monitor, not having speakers. So.
Zetta did not get the climb here, so we got to see if Mick is actually going to get a climb.
Oh, we're gonna go! Oh no, man!
He actually got it. Oh, almost. Oh no.
Oh no!
That was not a perfect climb, but he did get it. He got something. It's going to definitely make up a little bit of time there. So got caught up there. I do like him just letting it rock out there. Otherwise, he would have just totally lost the whole thing. So
that's exciting. Here's a question: have you ever fallen off, or have you known anyone to fall off at this point? Because I have. You climb to the top of the cave. No, I've done it. It's not deliberately, not just to say I did, but I did fall off ridiculously. I think the mission, I ended the mission in like 7 minutes or something ridiculous. If you do that, you have to climb all the way back up again, and all the enemies respawn. So
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. Zetta won, beat me that time by quite a lot.
Zetta also going with the double D-star strats here to cut down on the time that it takes for the amount of dragons actually as well. You saw the amount of damage that it did there.
Man, this is so tight.
I really
really
don't
nervous.
know. IGT, I have no idea who's actually here. Yeah, you see Zetta also going here for the platform strat. Really kind of betting it on RNG here in case Mundus takes out the platform.
Man, that's just crazy. That's just so, like, that's almost the reverse of what Zetta normally does, where he goes for a consistent thing. He took the risk there.
Yeah.
Probably because he knows he's in front, potentially.
Mick also going for...
I think he's in front.
Also going for the platform strat as well. You saw the RNG there coming out from Mundus, but it's not really going to matter anyway. This is going to be super close. MIT Battery just said it in the chat. This is the match we deserved. I 100% agree.
This is fantastic.
This is what we want to see from these players.
What I love about it as well is we've both been talking so much around the game, and we've almost been relaxed talking, and they've been really throwing out a perfect performance. It's magic.
This is such a, oh man, wow. I don't know if this is actually going to be the end of the grand finals, or if we're going to game 3. Folks, are we going to game 3? I have no idea.
I don't know, and to be honest with you, I'd be either way. I'd be happy because this is a fantastic end. Oh, Zetta! Oh man!
Oh no!
Don't screw up there!
Oh
no! Don't fall down! Don't fall down! Don't fall down! I'm feeling in right now. Cool. Can you save a bit of time if you have air hike there? Can you save a little bit of time? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I think Zetta has it.
I think so too. Yeah.
I mean, if you screw up on the last Mundus bit, then it's embarrassing, I think.
A little bit, yeah. Spaghetti Mundus.
Even I don't mess that up.
Look at how close this is, man. Zetta about to exit this room as Mick is really just hitting the door too. This is crazy close.
Oh man, my hand, I can probably see on the camera, man. Oh, my head's in hands. Oh man.
I really want to say that Zetta has this one, honestly.
I think he does. I mean, you can't once you get into the biplane, you can't. I think there's a way to make it quicker, isn't there? But I don't think it's by much.
You hold down the right analog stick. You hold down on it, or backwards, or whatever you want to call it. It saves probably think about like 5-10 seconds.
Oof. It's tense.
Yeah,
But I think he's got it. I think that's just got it. I don't know about yeah.
Holy crap! I'm gonna have to like stop these timers so quickly, dude. All right, so let's see here. That should be GG for Zetta here.
So we're gonna get a third game. It appears.
I think so. Time for Zetta. And time for Mick. 6 seconds apart, RTA. Let's see the times here. 40 flat for Zetta. 40-39. Oh my god, a 39-second difference. IGT, 6-second difference. RTA. We are going to game 3, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to game 3. Holy crap, dude. Oh boy.
Wow. That's fantastic. But that would have been, I mean, if it had been the other way around, that would have been a fantastic end, wouldn't it? I mean, they're both both
absolutely.
Put out. Interesting that actually, I mean, the in-game the in-game time is less for Mick than it was. Well, sorry, it's higher. It's a higher time, but both of those guys put out perfect performances there, I think. Almost perfect.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. That was man, what a match. Good to Zetta coming into this second match, just holding it down, dude. Woo. Okay, we're gonna take five. We're gonna take 5, and then we'll be back.
Okay. See you in a sec.
All right. is time for
Hey.
game 3.
Ooh.
That
I think I
one.
just lost a year of my life.
It was final results were Zetta with the 40 flat and Mick with the 40-39. I mean, before we get into that last match, let's just give it up for the competitors for that amazing game.
Yeah, that was
2.
brilliant.
Amazing game 2. That was MIT Battery
run
said
was
in the chat. He said, "This is the match we deserved. This is what we wanted to see from you two."
That game was out to get me. I ain't gonna lie. God damn.
It's Pixel Plumeria, I think I'm pronouncing that right in the chat, says I think I'm actually shaking from watching that, and I agree. I am shaking as well. That's probably the most entertaining speedrun race I think I've ever seen, and I mean the fact I watched it live as part of it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just
Go ahead.
you'll know why when you rewatch it, guys, because it's just like, you know, you guys keep getting in front of each other, behind each other. It's just brilliant.
Really? I'm surprised it was close. That run was terrible for me.
The difference in RTA was 6 seconds.
What?
Oh yeah. I'm not too good at RTA.
And I mean that just makes it, that just adds to the tension. So just keep doing that.
Yeah.
It just adds to the tension.
Yeah, I was actually sandbagging. I was sandbagging for the drama.
But yeah, I mean the IGT difference was only 39 seconds. That's the closest we've seen all tournament. So yeah, that's still in very, very good for both of you. So you know, let's get into it before we get into too much exposition. I think that sounds like the prep. So as per usual, gentlemen, let me reset these timers. Okay. On the count of Devil May Cry, you know, because Devil May Cry is now a number. 3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, good luck. And it's been all.
Oh, I goddamn you son of a bitch! You bitch! That's it. I'm coming for you, DECosmic. Where you at? You in here? Come here. You mother bitch! I'm gonna spit on your head.
I knew somebody was gonna false start. I was wondering who I was.
Listen, right? I'm in the zone. I'm like sweating up a goddamn storm. I'm dying of heat stroke here, and this man has the audacity to give me the big fat jabir live on stream. E.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, good luck, gentlemen. It's been an honor. May the best runner win, I guess. Yeah, that's the term for it.
The best runner run.
Yeah, may the best runner run instead of walk. 3. I was so tempted to do it with it again, dude. I can't. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Devil May Cry. All right. See you, gentlemen.
Brilliant.
I knew I was
guy's
gonna get somebody, man. I knew I was gonna get somebody. All right, so, oh man, so you want to take it on this one, dude?
We introduce the game again, or we just thought.
Yeah, I mean, just talk about the last match, dude. What do you think in this last match?
I to be honest with you, in terms of entertainment, I think that I'm satisfied. That was like, I think one of the people said in the chat, that was the run we deserved. That was magnificent. So anything now for me is a bonus, but. You know, it'll be interesting to see. Now you've got it's 1-1, as we would say. It's nice to see who wins after all. Be a bit of tension towards the end, I think. Absolutely. This statue jump, interesting. This statue jump, it took us forever to actually know it was there when me and Zetta were running this originally, because and when we first watched it done on a speed run on YouTube, we thought we'll never be able to do that. That just looks far too technical. But, you know, it's like the first thing you do in the game now, and it's not really that technical.
No, it's just like, once you understand how it works, it's like, all right, I don't know what the heck I was so worried about.
Yeah, exactly, you know. But it's a good, like I said before, I think it's good. It's designed, that initial room is very much, I don't know how many people have actually played that around the actual, you know, the way you're supposed to, in inverted quotes, do it, where you're supposed to go around and gather the 45 orbs from the platforms. But it's clearly a tutorial room designed to explain how the platforming of the game works. But like I say, it's almost designed as if the guy put the orbs at the top of the statue, and you learn more about how the game works to be able to get you to skip it. It's just brilliant, you know.
Yeah, That's definitely one of those little things that, like, I mean, I didn't even really think about that. I was just like, I was just like, oh yeah, these orbs are here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's just get them. Yeah.
I had totally forgotten about like all the stuff that was like scattered everywhere. How it was like it's exactly 45 orbs that's in that room.
That's
too,
right. Yeah, you're right. That's it's designed in such a way as that you get the only orbs you think are in the room, but actually no, there's more. How many orbs are on top of the statue? I don't think I've ever counted.
50, I want to say.
Right. I wonder if anyone's ever got all the orbs in that room. Like they've got the statue ones and then gone around and got the other ones. That'd be interesting.
Oh, wow.
Why you
Zetta,
do it, I don't know.
Zetta with some very unfortunate RNG here in the last mission, or in the last race. 2 Bloody Marys. Fortunately for him, one of them did not have a GAT, so that is definitely going to set him back by a few seconds.
One thing I'd like to mention as well is something that may have never come up in any of the Discord chats, and this might surprise everyone, is me and Zetta have played this game so many times. We've actually raced it, or run it, not to any world record time or high record time, together. So I've used my left hand and he's used his right hand. I'm serious, we've done that. If he told you this to, like, because we know the game so well. This is on easy. I mean, I literally was sat on his left, he was sat on my right, and he was playing all of the X and Y. We're playing on PS4 combinations, and I was doing all the movement. So we've got a reasonably good time. So
2 players, 1 controller is something else for this game, man.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, that's the sort of thing you do for a charity stream, isn't it? I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we see that a lot.
Maybe one day. So.
Maybe one day.
We played as well. We did another thing I'd love to do on actual stream, which was Mario Kart Double Dash blindfolded. So one guy's blindfolded and the other guy tells them where to go, like go right, go left, 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 left. And we got the whole first cup doing that, so it was good fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. An accessibility thing as well, you know, for people that may not be able to see, they can play the game. In fact, I love things like that.
Absolutely, I agree. Dude, I'm just like, I'm so happy that we're at Game 3, man.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we're at Game 3. It's man, what an event, what a tournament.
It's been great. It's been great. It's been brilliant. I'm very calm at the moment as well. I mean, I know this is the last race, but I'm pretty calm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like rolling with it, man. It's like things are really just gonna start picking up around mission 3, I think, because a lot of these first missions we've just seen, like, you know, the flat time loss as well as, or, you know, from those 2 Bloody Marys or whatever from Zetta. So
yeah.
The orb routes and stuff are like the nitty gritty is not going to really come into play until a little bit later.
What's interesting about this game though is that, you know, sitting watching the game 3 times in a row is still entertaining. I don't feel bored. I don't feel, oh god, I'm watching this game, I'm watching this room again. I mean, I'm notorious amongst my friend group for seeing movies in the cinema multiple times. So I went to see The Dark Knight Rises 3 times in the cinema. Right, I'm that crazy. But I remember even watching that movie the 3rd time, I was like, I mean, there's certain scenes that I love, but there's scenes I was like, oh god, I'm bored. But watching this game, I'm not bored at all. It's brilliant. You know, I can watch it all day.
Unfortunate that Zetta got some very bad scissors there. They got all grouped up there. I would have liked to have seen him go for the ebony and ivory gunshots to maybe salvage some of those things. For those of you in the chat, and for you, Nux, as well, you were talking about the critical hit on that scissor in Secret Mission 1. You can use that critical hit, that same critical hit, to sort of salvage the scissors fight there, even from afar. You don't have to be, like, you know, super up close or anything. Would like to have seen that sort of little adaptation. Fortunately, though, both runners do have the same orb economy coming into Mission 3 here, so we're not going to see any sort of contextual time loss.
No, at the moment it's quite, in the early game it's quite calm, isn't it? You know, the guys are relatively close to each other. I don't feel like one of them's got it. I don't feel confident either of them at the moment. I'm not sure which one Gonna
Mick
take
also
this.
going to get a quick turn Phantom here. That's not what we want to see for that. Very good there. Got the stinger off. This is not going to be great for him here. Really, that's going to be a loss of a special bonus as well. This could be pretty bad for Mick. The quick turn on Phantom there definitely means a lot more losing this special bonus for Mick than the Scissors fights and the Bloody Marys did for Zetta. So we're gonna see what sort of Mick. Maybe Mick should adopt some of what Zetta's been doing throughout these races. See if he can sort of make up some time, in his run by maybe sacrificing that air hike, saying you know what, I'm gonna beat you with your own strats. Maybe that's the play.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Also gonna go for this cat minute here. Cat is also going to really just gonna wreck Mick as well here too. Nice enemy step there too.
It's interesting that this in the last game, this is the point where Zetta took the lead briefly. So I mean, it's interesting how it's quite far. Well, it's quite far ahead, about 10 seconds ahead, I guess. Maybe 20. I don't know, a few more. Not much anyway.
Not really.
Ahead.
No. Definitely some unfortunate early game here.
Yeah.
On both sides.
The thing is, with the early game, is I think that, I mean, we were just saying how I was saying how relaxed I was watching it, but the runners are probably a bit nervous. Once you get past, I think when you get past early gauntlets, I think you relax. Personally, I mean that's 9 missions in, which is about 30% of the way through the game. But personally, I think once you get past that bit, I think it's reasonably smooth sailing for a while.
Yeah, I think, man, these cats are just out for both runners today, huh? These cats are they're just like, no, you don't get anything today. Sorry, sir.
Crazy cats. Oh my god, what's going on? Crazy cats. What's doing? What's going on?
This just totally falls in line with the conspiracy theory that the moment the Cats movie came out, the entire galaxy went to shit.
That's pretty much it, yeah. Didn't they with that, I've not seen the movie, but didn't they like touch it up when they released it or something? Like it was like they re-released it in the cinema because they'd not finished it. Like it was almost like a patch, like a post-release patch, like they do with games, where they and I think it was like on Costume Racing that had bits missing or something. Or I don't know, I'm not trying to, don't quote me on that. There was a game that was released that obviously has as a patch. It's quite common. But with Cats, I think they released it in the movies, and there was CGE they hadn't finished, something like that.
Wow. I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, it's like with Avengers Endgame, they re-released the movie with the Spider-Man teaser after the post credits, and obviously the reason they didn't put it in originally was because of spoilers and stuff. But I believe, so I've been told, but I don't know. If someone might be able to confirm it for me that they re-released it with CG they've missed, something like that. That's okay.
All right.
Devil Never Cried. There is a cut out there where the cats have actual butts, which is an insane oversight.
What the hell?
That's not
What the heck, DNC? I mean, I don't want to know why you know that, but I mean that works too. I know that Amaterasu actually has like a butthole from Okami, because Kamiya is just so weird, and he decided that was the thing he was going to put in his game.
Right. What's it just reminded me of the is it Lollipop Chainsaw, the trophy? If you lean down to look at the character's posterior, you get a trophy for it. For something like
was,
don't be so perverted or something ridiculous. Yeah, and I mean like
Nier Automata, right?
No, that's Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh,
I'm not sure if it's in Nier Automata.
It is in Nier Automata too. Okay.
I'm not sure. Oh, is it? Oh, right.
Oh, Unknown Drive is saying in the chat that it's also in Nier Automata.
Oh, right. But it's definitely in Lollipop Chainsaw, because I was trying to get the platinum on that, and I didn't think to do it. I just looked at the list, and it's like, the easy trophy. You just look down. I was like, okay. So...
Oh, fair enough. Game developers are weird, man. What the heck, y'all?
Yeah. But I think it's something like, I don't know the actual trophy name, but it's something like "Don't be so perverted" or something. Like it tells you off for doing it. Something ridiculous like that.
Makes sense to me. Yeah. I'm
crazy.
actually a little bit. This really speaks to the sort of RNG like fuckery that's going on, for lack of a better word, or tomfoolery. That Mick has not really felt the effects of the special bonus loss yet.
No.
You would think that, you know, with the special bonus loss, the things would have swung in Zetta's favor by now.
It's interesting to see how. Sorry, you were saying.
Go ahead. Yeah, I was just done.
How sort of almost perfect this this mission is. You know, I mean, hopefully Zetta doesn't screw up. I don't jinx in there, but you know, coming through, jumping up, doing air raid, killing those enemies. Because I mean, I've found when I run this, you know, a little less experience, that going into that tunnel and having to get those bugs out in easy, for example, makes it that room a lot more random. But watching it on normal, just watching it perfect, jump up, doosh, no, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and that room on easy actually changes the early game routing as well.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those neat little quirks of the game.
I've done it before where I've thought I've killed all the. I don't know what the enemy's actually called. I call them the bugs, but I thought I've killed them. Yeah, I thought I've killed them all, and actually I get to the door and I'm expecting the hand to disappear, and actually I've got to go back and kill the last one, which is just a run killer. Ridiculous. Like, why is this door not changing? Oh, it got grabbed. Zetta needs to pull this back.
Mick also going to go for this special bonus here on Phantom 2. Oh, I'm going to lose it again there too. He did manage to pick up an S rank on Mission 7, so that is going to give him a little bit of leeway. I think that his orb route is going to basically be back on track once he picks up the backup water on Mission 10. So at least that he did get that sort of leeway there, and it is going to just give him a, you know, that might be the security blanket that he needed for this run.
Possibly. Be interesting to see if Zetta can catch up though with his Stinger strat for Phantom here. I'm not sure how much.
Phantom and the cats this round have just been such jerks.
Yep. Spider cats. Is he a scorpion or a spider? Or is he a scorpider? A scorpider.
A scorpider. I like that term. That's funny.
Spying. Nah, Scorpider sounds better.
Scorpider definitely rolls off the tongue a little bit more, I think. Scorpider.
Scorpion reminds me of Command and Conquer with the Hand and Nod. I don't know if you played that, but that's recently been re-released.
What was it? Command and Conquer Red Alert or something like that?
Yeah, the original, the first two games, Command and Conquer, the original and Command and Conquer Red Alert on PC have just been, well, they were originally on PC, they've just been re-released. HD remake or remaster or whatever, or whichever type it is. A complete ground-up remake, but
that's awesome.
You've got the ability to be able to turn back to the original graphics. I don't know if that's got a specific name, that type of remake, but
Legacy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I know I get a bit confused about the terminology of what's a remake, what's a remaster, and what's a reimagining. It seems to be a bit vague in some instances, but
yeah, and I think that now that they're a little more popular, you know, consumers are starting to see that yeah, there is a difference. Alright, let's see what the early gauntlets here is going to look like for Mick as well. He was able to pick up the air hike. You see that he does have, now instead of like the 90 or 80 so that he would be sitting on, he did have that 400 orb cushion from Mission 7's S rank. This is still really close. I think this is about where they were. In terms of placement last run.
Yep, give or take. Yeah, because I remember Zetta being in the forest bit here a little bit before, and then Mick catching up a little bit, vaguely. I might be remembering the first run. I don't know.
It really might depend on the what's it called? It might depend on this forest fight here again.
Again, my mind's still blown about that platform, man.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty well hidden, I think.
Oh, got a man, Zed. Hit the door, hit the door. Oh. He keeps punching the door.
Zetta's starting up the forest fight here as well. You see Mick definitely going to lose a little bit of time comparatively, because he did have to pick up the what's it called? Did have to pick up that backup holy water, so that is going to probably come back to bite him a little bit.
Red Pyramid in the chat saying game remade from the ground up, remaster is simple port, ripping some technical quality changes. Oh, okay, so yeah, so Final Fantasy VIII remastered would be remastered. Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess it's self-explanatory.
Yeah, yeah. Some people, I think, they say they want a remake, but they really just want a remaster.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know Final Fantasy IX remaster was really good. I mean, I really enjoyed that. I mean, the quality of life changes, been able to sort of speed the game up during segments and stuff, because of course those games, when they were originally designed, had sort of slow boot up for the battles because the game was loading, and of course, you know, nowadays with the processing speed, you don't need that. So being able to actually speed that stuff up is makes it a lot better, a lot easier, and a lot more less painful. Like waste less time. You know, no one wants to just run without fast travel. You know, if you want to literally run across a map 15 times, no one wants to do that.
Yeah, get all that. Alright, so
honestly, I would be happy with the Final Fantasy VI remake in the chat. Yes, so would I.
That'd be cool. Zetta gonna lose a little bit of time here on mission 10. Unfortunate, because he did activate that fetish. I think that Mick is gonna also gonna go for this backup holy water here. His run might still be back on track. I don't really think that he should go for the Vortex level 1 early on here. I think that would probably be too risky of a play to do. Otherwise, I think that both runners really just kind of settling into this right now.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if Zetta gets hit by the blades in mission 11, running out of the pits, as it were, where you get the whatever the item is. He doesn't. I think he got hit last time, didn't he? This bit. Yeah.
Sign of chastity, right? It's a sign of chastity.
This screen that makes on. So that's it. Yeah. I mean, like when you skip through, when you first play the game, you read what everything is and think about the lore, but when you speedrunning it, especially when it's in Japanese, I can't read Japanese, so
I can. No, I'm just kidding. I actually just know what they are, just from seeing them so much in English.
I can count to 10 Japanese because I used to do karate back in the day. But other than that, and I know how to say, I think konnichiwa. That's about it. I don't know how to read it in any. It fascinates me. People can do it. I'm in awe of people that can learn another language, because I just about speak English. So.
Same. Right. Let's see here. I think Mick. I don't remember if Mick went for the early vortex here. We'll see here in a second.
It's interesting. There's talk in the chat of Final Fantasy VI needing a remake, and I've just been reminded of in my brain of the Final Fantasy VI port on the PS1. It has the worst loading times in history, and if anyone's played that, I was just thinking about playing it as a speedrun, how ridiculous it would be if you just accidentally like open the menu. It takes something like a minute and a half for the menu to open, or something ridiculous.
Oh, Jesus!
Painful. So yeah, imagine speedrunning that game on PS1. That'd be interesting.
That would be painful. Painful, I think, is the operative word here.
Yes,
really would have
painful.
liked to see Zetta do the wall hike up that gazebo there. Not sure why he's not going for that. Definitely would save a few seconds over what he's currently doing here. Alright, and Mick's still hanging on to a decent lead here. I think that we're going to probably see things sort of swing back into Zetta's favor around mission 15 again, with the untouchable strat that he's going to use. But whether or not that's going to, affect the final time much, it remains to be seen.
I'm not as clued up on all the orb management of these guys at the moment either. So you could obviously, with more experience than normal, be able to tell me what the chances are of how they're going to run with their orbs, but I'm not really sure.
I mean, it's just because, like, I think Mick's probably going to go for the, especially since he lost that special bonus, he's probably going to go for the S rank on mission 15 again. So he's going to have to go and, you know, grab that big orb there in the room with the holy water. So
yeah, it's interesting. Some of the that screen just there that I think Zetta's about to see as well, but Mick just saw it there, where you within the camera that you see the door, the swords moving on the door, and Dante's in frame. There's obviously in this game, there's some screens where if you're standing in front of the door and the cutscene plays, you don't see Dante. That fascinates me as well. On the last screen of the game, well, the last, you know, the door that leads you into the last room where you fight the Mundus for the final time. If you stand in front of the door there and see the cutscene, you don't see Dante. But there you do.
yeah, it's so weird where they choose to actually include, like, the model. Like, yeah, so that's a 38 difference there as well. A little bit of a freeze frame there on the game.
Red Pyramid says, well, they make us learn English and Spanish outside of our mother tongue in school, so I say we have a lot more ease learning a language. That's interesting. Yeah, in Britain, we learn, I think it's German and French on our curriculum, but it's not mandatory. It's something we don't start learning till we're a bit older. I'd love if it was part of the, you know, when we were younger, we were, you know, almost forced to learn language. It'd be fantastic. It'd be great for us. But
I think that a lot more schools are requiring that, and I think it's a good thing.
I think so. I mean, I think unfortunately, in a way, because English is kind of like the international language. I think a lot of English people or English countries don't necessarily put as much weight on it, which is a bit of a shame. Because, you know, if you learn something when you're younger, I think it makes it a lot easier to learn something else similar later on. Personally. From my experience, anyway.
Definitely, I agree.
Devil never quite. In the UK, we learn about chip butties and cake and custard. Does that mean anything to you? Does that cosmically chip butties?
No, not at all. It means...
But a chip in the UK is like a French fry.
Yeah.
As opposed to like a crisp, as we call a potato chip. So a chip butty is literally like a bread sandwich with French fries in it. Nicer than it sounds, actually. It really is nice. There's something about it. It's fantastic.
That's interesting.
Oh no! They see here in the chat, who doesn't like chip butties? They are the best.
Sausage. Buddies.
Whoa!
What?
Chip butties are amazing. Brilliant. Anyway, back to Devil May Cry.
So yeah, Devil May Cry. Coming into mission 15 here for Mick, while Zetta is going to be, you know, making his way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and he's homebound. Let's see what. Thank you. Let's see what Mick decides in terms of his orb route here. I'm interested to see if he's actually going to go for the S rank again. I assume that he probably will, though.
Whoa, we just a random slash there.
Definitely was trying to do a stinger there, but unfortunately the enemies were like, the lock-on window in this game is just so like generous. Like, you can be so far away from everybody, and it's just like, welp, I'm still locked on.
Oops. I nearly started singing Britney Spears then, but I thought better not.
Because you know that you're toxic.
Well, oops, I did it again, was going for, but yeah.
I
started
just felt
off.
like singing toxic, you know, I just felt like singing that. Don't worry about it, we're good, don't worry about it.
Expecting the chat to explode with Britney Spears lyrics now.
That would be cool. That'd be sick.
Britney Spears grew up to be a great mum, and I'm proud of her.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. I think it was her younger younger sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, used to be in a Nickelodeon program called Zoe 101, and it was like horrendous at the time. There was like a controversy that she got pregnant at 16, but by all all accounts, but she sort of like settled down and became a great mum as well. So it's, you know,
It's good stuff.
Brittany threw her sons a Pokemon party. Now that sounds like a party I want to be at. A Pokemon
You know who
party.
was also a great mom was Eva,
Yeah.
the mother of Dante and Virgil in this game Devil May Cry, who was
Yes,
later cloned by Mundus, or later created a image or a demon in her likeness of Trish.
Trish. See, what I think's like strange about that is that it seems to me that it's implied that Trish and Dante are a couple, or is that just me reading into it?
It's like just this game, and then every game after, there's just nothing there. It's like more like they're brother and sister.
Right. Okay. I see. I mean, that's just me. Probably me. Like someone saying something at school and me just going, "Yeah, all right," creating my own lore in my head again.
Still in Mick's favor here as well. Interesting to see he had enough of a lead to still go for that S rank and have a pretty sizable lead over, you know, probably about like 10-15 seconds or so. I want to say over Zetta.
Interesting. It's interesting seeing that they're both literally in the same place there, but Zetta's a mission behind. Like on the same screen, like Jetta's going down the tube and Mick's coming up the tube, or whatever you call that. I don't know what you call that thing. The spike.
Yeah, seems good.
Oh, I've just like panged a memory. I mean, you were talking about Devil May Cry 5 earlier, and the guys in the chat talking about Dante being too cool for a girlfriend and stuff. But that's panged a memory of the fact that they've got the anime has become canon for Devil May Cry in Devil May Cry 5, and that just made me so happy. I mean, the anime I've only seen like half of it. I've never watched it, and I don't think it's particularly good. But the fact that they considered it, and they've got like the little girl that's in it, like it's her 18th birthday. That's just like that little things like that. Just I think are fantastic. It's just like it didn't need to be there, but it just proves just how close they are to the, you know, delivering a sort of product that makes everyone happy. You know.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Well, thank you for the host, dude. Appreciate it. Uh-oh, Mick gonna get a bad stinger there. So let's see. This is a this is gonna be the next choke point of the run, definitely with Nightmare coming up.
Hopefully Zetta doesn't get eaten again.
That would just be the tournament. That would be it, I think. I'm pretty sure that would be it.
Have you watched the whole anime? Just if guys in the chat talking about it, have you watched the Devil May Cry anime?
No, I haven't. No, I think I watched about 3 or 4 episodes. I need to go and finish it someday. But, yeah.
At one point, I had all of the Devil May Cry medium you could have. I mean, I don't anymore. I mean, there's like different versions of the games because I have the 2 manga as well, which are quite rare now. I think there's like a Dante and Virgil manga that came out when Devil May Cry 3 came out, which is like a sort of like prequel to that, I think. And I've got them on my shelf actually. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, I am familiar with that one. Yeah. Clean Nightmare 1 as well from Mick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna be clean Nightmares.
We did a little bit of a 7th one there, did he? Or was that just a mistake?
I don't think.
Whoa, there we go.
One, but yeah, Clean Nightmare 1s from both runners here.
Pixel Plumeria. I don't have the light novels, so I don't think I technically had all the. I didn't know about them, so I think. Excuse me. DMC2 novel better than DMC2. Yeah, well,
probably
I think,
in terms of story. Yeah.
I think Kicked in the Face is better than DMC2.
As a speedrun, though, you'd be surprised, man. DMC2 is a pretty fun speedrun.
Right, okay, that's interesting. I've never actually, to be honest, I'm being a bit silly, but I've never actually properly beaten that game. The thing that put me off was the fact that you could hear Dante's footsteps as like little pegs running down, and it just annoyed me. So but I know like the strategy for the whole game is just like spam the handguns, isn't it? You know.
Nah, the handguns are actually only used to maintain style ranks and room clears. And there's a couple of times where like you can use the machine guns, but otherwise it's mostly what's it called? It's mostly Majin form.
Yeah. It's that damn helicopter. I don't know the name of the boss. It's a helicopter, like the zombie helicopter. It just takes forever.
Yeah, if you try and do it normally, yeah. But So let's see here. You want to speedrun Lucia's route and teach you? I'm pretty bad at Lucia now. You'd be better off having Loner Hero teach you. That is
Right.
Loner Hero's game. I'm pretty trash at DMC2 now. If people want to learn DMC5 though, and end this game, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, at some point I'd like to have a go at DMC5 speedrun.
It's a great run. It's a great run.
Amazing, guys are actually pretty close here. I mean, like,
Yeah, they're definitely still definitely anybody's game, I think. I think probably the Vortex there in the hallway doing it as well.
neck and neck again. Yeah, they are neck and neck again.
I can just feel like just cutting through the tension in the room with a knife.
It is tense, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm very uncertain as to who's ahead right now. Just based on IGT versus RTA.
No. It just reminded me there, and I keep panning back to random stuff, but you just said there about cutting the tension with a knife. Every time anyone says that to me, I'm reminded of the Beyblade dub, where like there's a part in like the final where it's supposed to be a moment where it's supposed to be tension because you don't know which person's won, and the dub there's a 4Kids dub, and they turn around and go, "It's so quiet in here, you can hear a pin drop." It's like it spoils the moment completely. It's like it's supposed to be like the commentator like in front of the entire stadium. It's just ridiculous.
Here, pin drop. Wow. The Beyblade let it rip.
Yep.
All right. I mean, both runners are playing pretty clean right now, so it's like, well, what do we really? There's not really much to talk about here.
There isn't. It's just that they're just being consistent, aren't they? I think as it gets towards the underworld, we'll start getting a bit heated.
Yeah, I think that they're both definitely warmed up right now. They're definitely
they're playing at the best.
Yeah. I'm very curious as to whether or not Mick will go for the Cosmo climb though.
Well, has Zetta done it this tournament? No, he has this tournament, but I think has he done it this 3 games? Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if Zetta does it at the last minute. That'd be a great finish if he could pull it off.
Yeah, that would be something.
Or maybe have we seen a game yet where I can't remember where both runners have done the Cosmo climb?
No, I don't think so. I think they both, either one of them just hasn't attempted it or the other just hasn't gotten it.
So that right there was Zetta. That was like a Matrix moment. Like, dodge this. Just for that scissors right there.
Mick got the climb, yeah, but Zetta has not. Not this set, I believe.
Well, that would just be a sight to see in the race, wouldn't it? To see both runners do the climb at the same time. That would be.
Oh
that
man,
would be
I think my
amazing.
heart would just lurch out of my chest, dude. I would just be absolutely done too.
Let's hope that happens. That would be the best thing. Because like the chat would explode. It would be climb. It would just be crazy.
Dude, I think it would just go just nuts, man. There'd just be all over the chat.
Yeah, let's rename the game Devil May Climb.
Devil May Climb.
Man, this is the climax
as well from Mick, and coming into Nightmare 2 here for Zetta. It's gonna stick to the back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gonna be another clean Nightmare from Zetta. Man, I'm not even playing and I'm just like, because I know what can go wrong in these last these last missions, dude. Nightmare 3, Pixel Plumera just mentioned it there. No, it does not, Pyramid. The section between 7 and 8 does not count for IGT.
Do you reckon if you? I mean, we mentioned before about turning the channel, making a channel on Twitch, so like for the whole community. Do you reckon if you'd been able to perform in this tournament, how do you reckon you would have placed? Do you reckon you would have done? through
I'm
there?
not
or-
really sure. I feel like I probably would have been top 5, but not really sure. Considering everybody else, you know, because Loner and Red Pyramid, or Loner, Red Pyramid, Zetta, and Mick were like really on fire this tournament, so I'm not really sure how I would have done up against those people. Pre-mission 1 is also not timed on IGT. You go to videos and then select clips from the drop-down menu, heck knows.
It's interesting seeing Mick outrun the orb. I mean, I've seen Zetta do it 3 times, but it's just incredible. It's like how you can, how quick vortexing is, that it's quicker than an item running towards you.
The little orb that could. And that's the part of the game where everybody has to Helmbreaker into the underworld, otherwise your run is invalid. Not actually, but...
Yeah.
Alright, and here we're going to go into Nightmare 3 as Zetta is coming out of the nobodies.
That was a perfect cross the bridge, that.
Oh yeah.
That was just so smooth to watch. No bumping into the sides, I think.
Very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is going to probably be the wrap up for Nightmare 3 for Mick. I think it's pretty much canned after this point. Gonna just get the stingers there.
This is going to be really close, isn't it? This is like top form for these guys. I mean, it's interesting that they've been playing 3 games in a row and they've still managed. I mean, like you said, they've warmed up. I mean, obviously, you know, one of the better first game, one of the better second game. But it would be interesting if there was a 4th game of how consistent they could be. You know, well,
Yeah.
it's not going to be, but
It'd have to be a tie, and then we would decide what the tiebreaker is going to
yeah,
be. from
the
there.
exact same time. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
The decider would be who made the cosmic climb.
I would take that.
Yeah.
Alright, both of you, into mission 21 right now. We're going to decide this.
Oh. So because I've sat next to Zetta so many times playing this game, I can like almost in my mind see how he's sat. He's definitely doing that sitting forward in his chair thing.
Oh yeah, just like really close to the TV sort of thing. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Absolutely.
I know his gaming setup as well, so I can picture him. Like,
All right, everybody. Mick is gonna be approaching the climb. So let's see that climb in the chat. Y'all know you want it in this final game. Let's see if he's gonna go for it. And once Zetta starts approaching, we will also gonna do a climb for him. Once
he's
he
not
hits
too
that,
far behind. Oh,
once he hits that second nobody.
Nobody
Climb, Mick.
knows.
Climb.
Climb.
You can tell he's definitely feeling it, definitely getting a little bit antsy there as he exits the room. See if he's going to go for it. Looks like he is. No, he is not going to get it. Looks like he's going to go for... He's going to do a makeshift cosmic climb. Oh, boy. He
cosmic crawl.
That was a cosmic crawl to the top there. Absolutely salvaged the situation. Oh, my goodness. Wow, the custom climb, Dr. Shy Guy says in the chat. Oh boy, that's definitely going to save him a little bit of time there. That might have just won him the tournament there. And climb for Zetta coming up here. Let's go.
Do it,
Zetta.
Do it, Zetta.
Oh,
has he done it?
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Where's he gone?
Oh no.
No.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker. You hate to see it.
Cosmic headache there, because he bumped his head on the ceiling.
Right? Yeah. The Mick mount. Oh boy. Oh boy. And unfortunate here, folks, the thing is that in order for Zetta to have a competitive race against these runners, he has to do that climb.
Yeah.
Because he does not have air hike. So that was really his only option.
Wow. Yeah, that was a big swing there for messing that up, definitely. Because he had a chance of catching up then. I mean, unless Mick screws up on Mundus or screws up on, falls back into the underworld on the last mission or something, then I think he's got it.
That might be it.
Or his game freezes again on the last screen. That would be.
That would
and he comes
be...
back in and goes, "I want to die again." You know? I'm not as good as timing it as he was. But.
And there's the platform strat again here.
Whoa, risky, but strange fate, isn't it? Strange and ironic, even though it's not ironic at all.
And it will end the same way.
Yeah, but strange and coincidental is actually the correct term. What do you want about
Right? Exactly. Yeah, a lot of people confuse irony for coincidence.
That would be fantastic if Mundus corrected him on his grammar or his wording. Like, actually, Dante, I think you're fine. He gets a big dictionary out. If you're going to insult me, get it correct, man.
All right, so I think this is probably going to be GG for Mick. Let's get some round of applause here, I think, for Mick for taking the very first. Barring let's actually not celebrate too prematurely here. Let's not celebrate too prematurely.
No, let's not do that.
Because IGT, there could be enough of a difference. You never know. RTA
Quite
could
possibly
be deceptive here. We'll have to see it.
It all depends on menus and how long they spent in missions, between missions and stuff. Yeah. Zetta is putting effort, and you can. I mean, it looks on the face of it, it looks like Mick's quite far ahead, but I don't think it really is.
I don't think so either, just because of the menus and everything. So.
But if it's tied, then I will, cry.
If it's the exact same time, like I'm gifting 10 subs in the chat. I'm just saying, like.
Everyone's saying GG already, like.
Yeah, you don't know, man. You don't know. Shite bag if you don't.
Cosmic versus winner post show.
Oh boy, man, I just get washed there, dude. I just get washed.
The loner here, the Cosmo climb and double Bloody Mary already decided. I think so. I think
so.
The Cosmo climb's what decided that. I think Zetta might have been able to pull it back if Mick was to make a mistake, but.
Looks like we have a winner? Question mark?
Jackpot!
Jackpot!
No, the best line of the game is definitely "Don't come any closer, you devil." That's my favorite line.
I just like the strange and ironic that it will end the same way, as well as when are you gonna stop yapping?
Well, I think what's amazing, like, by my perception of this game, is when I first played it, I didn't think the game was cheesy at all. Until the final screen, where it was like "Sky's fair, the sky's blue." That like the rest of the game, I thought was just like perfect dialogue written, and then he played it back again like a few years later and thought, "Man, this is so cheesy, but brilliant," And everyone knows about the slight difference at the end there, don't they? I mean, because everyone speedruns this game, and on Dancing Must Die mode.
Oh yeah,
there's a slight difference. You'll say "Devil May Cry is a rockin', don't come around knocking, baby."
Yeah. All right, and I think that let's see here. That's gonna be 39.53 for Mick. Let's see what Zetta's got here. GG's all around. No matter who it is that wins today, I want to congratulate everybody on tuning in to this first ever DMC1 any percent tournament.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been emotional.
It's definitely been emotional. such a great event, and that is gonna be time. So let's see what the final result here is. That is gonna be a 40-27.
Wow.
So close. Yet again, 30 seconds. That is that is still the no. It's actually I don't think it's the longest. No, maybe not. No, that is by 5 seconds. They were closer by 5 seconds. GG to
Wow.
Mick for winning the tournament, the first ever DMC1.
Well done, Mick.
All right, so let's bring both runners on in here.
I ain't gonna lie, my heart's doing about 10,000 beats a minute.
All right, so gentlemen, the results were Mick with the 39.53 and Zetta with the 40.27.
nice.
So congratulations, Mick. Good shit. Zetta,
Oh my god.
Yeah, nice one.
dude, Zetta,
Yeah.
you put up
GG Zetta.
these last 2 games, man. So close. So close. It was anybody's game, man, honestly. I didn't even know because of RTA. I was like, maybe he's ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
This
I
was
just had this.
Go ahead.
The start of my run was just pretty bad. I think that's where I lost it. I think.
The
well,
scissors
yeah.
and the scissors and the marionettes definitely did put like a big hamper, I think, on your early
Yeah,
game.
for sure.
And then Mick lost special bonus on Phantom 1. So
Oh, okay.
I
Wow.
thought that like from our perspective it was like this doesn't matter, like this equals
Yeah.
out, like this is still for
Yeah.
anybody. And I thought that things were going to swing back into your favor around mission 15. You definitely picked up some speed there. You're pretty much neck and neck most of the run, all things
Yeah.
considered.
It was the climb at the end. If Mick had
Oh,
screwed
yeah.
the climb up
Yeah.
and you got on it, you might have taken it.
Yeah, the bat
Was
went.
it the
the
climb
bat was
that,
in the
like,
right place as
brought it
well.
in?
What's
So
up,
good
Zed?
games, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we called it the Cosmic Crawl, I think, or someone named it in because you sort of like brought it back, came on the second ledge or something. Like,
Oh yeah, like I was vibrating against the wall because that plasma placement.
So Zeta, you will still be getting a payout of 60 USD.
Are we not playing again at some point?
What's up?
Do we-
Go ahead.
Do we not play again to reset the bracket?
Do you want to do a bracket reset?
Well, not right now. I do
Oh,
not. I don't know. How's this working? I don't understand.
I said that before. It was just the best 2 out of 3, and that was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I explained. I said I didn't think we were doing the bracket reset because I didn't think either of you would be down for that.
Oh no, not yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. No worries.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure, man. I'm sorry if it was unclear.
Yes, it's no problem. I don't mind that much.
All right.
Right. Congrats then, man. Well done.
All I can say is, holy shit, GG. That was intense. I'm gonna quit this game forever now. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. So just saying, but like during the game, if you watch the stream back, I was just saying about how non-boring it was watching it because like just watched it 3 times in a row, and it was just exciting all the way through. I think it's just testament to how well you play. It's fascinating when you guys make minor mistakes, you recover in different ways. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, it was awesome. I don't think I could have hoped for a better grand finals. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody has anything else to say. So
Now that the dust settles.
yeah.
No, just a big thank you
Yeah.
to everyone involved. I think it's
Yeah, no,
a really good
brilliant.
tournament.
Thanks for letting me have my small part in it. To be honest with you, that's why it's really pleasant, honestly. Especially considering what I said before about the me being stuck in for so long. It's been nice to watch this stuff. It's been really good sort of emotional help, really. I must say. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I can say as well. Thank you to everybody who supported, everybody who chipped into the pot, Cosmic, Digital. Thank you for throwing this shebang together, and that's it, really.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm glad that this went as well as it did. I thought that it was honestly when I put it all up, I thought it was just gonna be a bust. I'll be totally like frank with all of you. I thought it was gonna be 4 or 5 of us. I didn't think we were gonna see any new runners. I just thought it was gonna be like 4 people playing for $50 or something. And I was really just like, okay, it's just gonna happen, you know. Like, I wanted to at least do it for the people that were here and the people that would do it. But we got, you know, half a bracket filled with new runners and half a bracket filled with veteran runners, and you all did awesome. And yeah, it's been really cool seeing everybody come out to chat and everybody tune into the stream. The various co-commentators that I've had. Nux today. I also had Mills on. I had Mick on, and I had Demonic Robots as well. They've all were great to work with, and I mean, again, it's I said it before, and it's humbling, and I don't think anybody realizes just how humbling it is to put on an event for people and think that it's just going to go so shit. Due to lack of confidence in most of the things that you do here on Twitch. But then you just get totally proven wrong in every which way. And I think that as a scene, we all leveled up so much.
Yeah.
1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's so pleasant to talk to people that have, I mean, like I discussed before, I mean, we've discovered this game in a different way and play it across the world and stuff like that. And it's nice to be able to talk to people and have discovered and learned it differently. I mean, the discussion about me and Zett playing on easy and developing the strats that way, it's just, we've arrived at the same point in a way from a different perspective, which I think is really cool.
And
well,
Zetta,
I haven't arrived at the same point because I'm a bit behind everyone, but that's it.
Zetta, to you specifically, I do want to say to you specifically that you and your strats inspired and motivated so many new runners for this game, and I don't think that without the way that you've innovated the way that you play this game, I don't think any of those runners would have seen the success that they did learning this game at the start.
Wow.
Because Phantom 1 and some of these other missions were just such hurdles for them. And I can't tell you how many times I said to people that were showing up to this tournament to learn the game, watch Zetta's run. If you're having trouble with XYZ, or just watch it in general because it will help you. And they did, and then the next time I saw them, they came in strong using the stuff that you had in your run. And I still owe you that video. I'm still working on that. I still owe you that, but it's not going anywhere, man. So I want you to realize that, like, the ripple effect of what you did made everything easier for everybody so that they could compete, and then when they had the confidence in themselves to maybe carry on further, or they just stuck with what you did, you know, it made the game more enjoyable for them. And I want to stress that so much to you, because if there's the dark horse in Red Pyramid that we saw, somebody coming in that was just, you know, just improving so much every day. And I thought that you were the another dark horse for this tournament, because you don't do what's quote unquote optimal. You do your own thing. And to see that sort of, you know, ripple out and have a positive effect on everybody else's time is so good to see.
Yeah, I agree.
I really appreciate that, man. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, Zetta's strats, they are the safest, but they're also the most unique. He was definitely the most unique runner in this entire thing.
Absolutely.
Like I think I said in the run as well. It was great when I first started watching. You guys were saying that these strats were so different to you, because of course my experience was sort of watching. You know, to be fair, I think Zetta came up with most of the strats, so I won't take credit for anything.
I don't know. I think we both did it together, kind of thing.
Well, I think so. I mean, I think
kind of isolation from watching the runs back then.
Yeah. But, I'm certainly not taking credit, because it's definitely Zetta's parade. Definitely, I agree. It's definitely because of you. I'm not trying to jump in and say it's all me or anything like that. So that's Red Pyramid just said in the chat, Zetta, your strats maybe we'll finish speedruns in this. Yeah, I think I was talking before during one of the runs about talking about how we didn't reset when we first started racing this, so we'd play through the game without stopping, and I think because you've been, you know, I think eventually you ended up resetting on. You had a bad mission 1, but I think when we first raced it, we were racing each other, and you ended up just playing the game all the way through without stopping lots of times, which is giving you the consistency. So
yeah,
it's great.
Crazy occasionally. Well, thanks.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I will be coming out with a video on the strats that Zetta does, and I'll be adding that to the tournament or the tutorial playlist. So if you're picking up this game, it's not just going to be world record strats in there. It's going to be this man's too. So
cool.
I'm trying to make you cry, Zetta. You're gonna fucking cry, dude.
Oh man.
No, I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Well, that is amazing. Thank you very much.
No problem. And Mick.
Mm-hmm.
You buffoon.
This man, he beats me with a fake start at the beginning of the run. I win it, and he's all like, buffoon. And I'm like, true! I am a buffoon!
But,
well, come
on. Mick, to you I want to say, I didn't know you before you started running this game, dude. And it's been an honor to teach you this game and see how far, you know, you've surpassed me. And I think both of you could get either really close to world record or, I mean, with Cosmo Climb's not even in world record, so I think that is still on the table, you know, for anybody to grab it. But yeah, it's been an honor, absolutely.
I definitely don't say it enough, but thank you very much, Cosmic, for sticking by me back when I was a little noob, trying to beat Mission 1 in sub 230. No, it's sub 230, it's sub 240.
Yeah, sub 240.
And I was like, Cosmic, how do I beat the game? And you were like, listen, child.
Listen, child.
Thank you very much for the help in those early days.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, well, I'm not gonna keep y'all a little bit longer. As much as I want to see it, like, or hear everybody's like snot draining out of their noses as they cry, and enjoy this little powwow, you know. But I think that is it, man. We're gonna do this again, and I think I will try and run the grand finals a little bit better. I do apologize again for the mix-up there, Zetta.
That's okay. I thought we are just gonna do it another day, so I got a bit confused, but.
I think that
I
think that going forward, that is probably the move. I think that sounds like a very good idea. So yeah. I thank you for the unintentional feedback there.
That's all right. Yeah.
So,
I don't mind. It's cool.
Yeah. Good. And look, man, I'm trying to overcompensate because now I think you hate me. All right. So.
Trust me, it means I can stop playing this game for a while. It's the best.
Fair enough.
I'd like to add as well. Hopefully, we can call the scythe down in the basement area, not the basement area, in the waterways area, the River Guardian.
The River Guardian.
That's why I want him called that. That's want to be my stamp on this game, because I call him that. And the guy on the boats.
Do you have any final words, by the way, before we? Because I'm probably just gonna sign off for the day. So.
Oh, that just what I just said. Line what I said before. It's been really, genuinely, like I say, I've been what we call in the UK here. I've been part of the shielding group, which means I haven't been able to leave the house for 10 weeks. So it's been really good to get involved with something because I've not really seen anyone apart from my family. I've not been able to see anyone for so long. It's been really, genuinely, it's been really nice to be involved. And thank you very much for letting me, be the commentary and from a mate. It's been good. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's a friend for just translating there. A mate's a friend in the UK.
I can also confirm.
Yes.
All right.
So thanks. Yeah.
Can I give one more special screw you to that plasma in Mission 16 for never playing ball once in 3 runs? Hello, Matrix. But yeah.
Yeah. I think that's that about wraps it up. So, GG to y'all. I will see you gentlemen around the internet.
Yeah. Thank you. Take care.
Good games to everybody. And to all, a GG.
Both of you need to send me your PayPal or however you do the thing so that we can get that worked out. Red Pyramid 2, send me your info so I can send you the money. And thank you again.
I think I also owe someone $25, don't I?
I think you owe Mick 25.
Mick, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe Mick had the 38 something. It was a 380X. I forget what though. But yeah.
Cool. Yeah, if you want to ping me your PayPal as well, Mick.
Yeah, no worries.
Send you over some dough. Cool.
All right. So, without further ado, I am gonna send y'all off. I'll check y'all out later. Peace.